and see. The power to touch, feel, hear, and see. From within your mind, no one else can find the life that you inspire. From another place, not from outer space, from some place even higher. From the stars, I can touch, I can feel, I can hear and see. So much more than a fantasy. I can run, I can jump, I can dance and sing. Believe in yourself and do anything. Believe in yourself and do anything. From within your mind, no one else can find the life that you inspire. From another place, not from outer space, from some place even higher. From the stars, I can walk, I can talk, I can listen and learn as the wheels in my mind begin to turn. But I'll never forget what you've given to me. The power to touch, feel, hear, and see. The power to touch, feel, hear, and see. From within your mind, no one else can find the life that you inspire. From another place, not from outer space, from some place even higher. From the stars, I can touch, I can feel, I can hear and see. So much more than a fantasy. I can run, I can jump, I can dance and sing. Believe in yourself and do anything. Believe in yourself and do anything. From within your mind, no one else can find the life that you inspire. From another place, not from outer space, from some place even higher. From the stars, I can touch, I can feel, I can hear and see. So much more than a fantasy. I can run, I can jump, I can dance and sing. Believe in yourself and do anything. Believe in yourself and do anything. From within your mind, no one else can find the life that you inspire. From another place, not from outer space, from some place even higher. From the stars, I can touch, I can feel, I can hear and see. So much more than a fantasy. I can run, I can jump, I can dance and sing. Believe in yourself and do anything. From within your mind, no one else can find the life that you inspire. From another place, not from outer space, from some place even higher. From the stars, I can touch, I can feel, I can hear and see. So much more than a fantasy. I can run, I can jump, I can dance and sing. Believe in yourself and do anything. From within your mind, no one else can find the life that you inspire. From another place, not from not from outer space, from someplace even higher. Realm of I can walk, I can talk, I can listen and learn as the wheels in my mind begin to turn. But I'll never forget what you've given to me. The power to touch, feel, hear, and see.
The power to touch, feel, hear, and see.
From within your mind, no one else can find a life that you inspire. From another place, not from outer space, from someplace even higher. I can touch, I can feel, I can hear and see. So much more than a fantasy. I can run, I can jump, I can dance and sing. Believe in yourself and do anything.
Believe in yourself and do anything.
From within your mind, no one else can find a life that you inspire. From another place, space from someplace even higher. Ramazan, I can walk, I can talk, I can listen and learn as the wheels in my mind begin to turn. But I'll never forget what you've given to me. The power to touch, feel, hear, and see.
The power to touch, feel, hear, and see.
From within your mind, no one else can find the life that you inspire. From another place, not from outer space, from someplace even higher. Ramazan.
Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Chud Watch. How are we all doing? Everything else is taken, yo. Thanks for 31 months. I can't believe we have people in the 30 months range. I've been liking the witch hat lately. Feeling spooky. Lots of chuddery last few weeks. Always. I do pretty well. How are you? Depraved Ambience, thanks for following. DM Dre with the hats off. What would you like me to wear? Or keep this on, whichever. Okay, this hat then. I'm gonna stick with this hat. Alright, I guess let's just get into it. We have plenty of chuds to take a look at today, and we have so many. So let's just get right down to it. Let me turn up the volume. Hydrate, thank you.
Y'all, I swear, if the Clintons do not go down with this Sam dude, among many others, and when
They're talking about Sam Bankman-Fried, the guy behind FTX, the crypto exchange that just collapsed after stealing billions of dollars.
once you wake up and you realize, like, people like Elon Musk, they're all part of this bullshit. Do you not get it? I will keep screaming it from the rooftops. Do you understand what we are dealing with here? And then the gay TV guy with his sister, I think it is.
The gay TV guy. Wow.
They're going to jail. He's going to jail for 12 years, and she got 7. But yet the Clintons, Bushes, and many more have gotten away with what they do. Do you see the problem here? Do you get it? Do you not? They use those 2 reality stars to make you think that they don't put up with corruption. Do you understand?
I don't. I can genuinely say I don't understand. What gay TV man? Gitara with 11 months says, when do we name sub-babies? If it's at 9 months, I missed mine. Retroactively, can mine be named Paul Jelloed by Be Thy Name? Sure. Paul Jelloed be thy name.
I'm not playing no games. Fuck you. Goodbye.
Oh, here's Old Man Yells at Clouds.
You're at it again. Fuckers.
We should set this guy and Cece up on like a play date. Do adult men have play dates? They can hang out and yell at clouds together.
It's been confirmed that Donald Trump hosted Nick Fuentes for...
Okay, you're tripping on that. Let me tell you what I'm tripping on. A 5-year multi-agency investigation was completed on Barack Obama's birth certificate, and it proved that it was forged.
I don't think it would take 5 years to figure out something's a forgery.
Also,
Like, there's nothing about investigating a forgery that would take 5 years to figure out. If it's been 5 years and you haven't figured it out, you're probably not going to figure it out.
Barack Obama's children, they look just like Barack Obama's good friends called the Nesbits.
Is this an Obama getting cucked conspiracy?
Look up the photos. They are not Barack Obama and Michelle Obama's children. They belong to the Nesbits, Barack Obama's close friends who follow them everywhere. So you tell me.
Even if they had adopted someone else's children and kept it to themselves, that's fine? That's not immoral to adopt someone else's children? I don't think that's the case here. I think, Malia and... I don't remember their other daughter's name. I think they're the Obama's kids. I have no reason to not think that. But if they were adopted, it would be none of my business unless they chose to make that public. There would be nothing wrong with adopting children. Sasha, thank you. Gitara says, our former president is meeting with a self-professed neo-Nazi misogynist. I'm not worried about that, but how about the Obama birth certificate? Feels like 2010 again.
What's up with that? There are...
At least Michelle isn't trans in this one. That one bugs me just because it's like, even if Michelle Obama was secretly trans, first of all, that would make me like her way more. Like, I'm pretty, whatever on her. I don't hate her or anything, I'm just like, okay, she was in terms of being a first lady, I thought she did a good job, all that stuff. But, who cares? Who cares? It would be cool to know that there was a trans first lady, but, do they think it's illegal to be trans and be married to the president? I don't get it.
No Michelle Obama's pregnancy photos. Barack Obama was not born in the United States. The children do not belong to them. We have a real issue with the Obamas. You tell me what's up with that.
Barack Obama isn't the president. Sorry. One sec. My new phone came in the mail because my old one broke, so I got a new one through insurance, and it's updating, and I got a text message, but I can't read it because it's loading, all my messages.
We was fishing and I had the shit, and I told Ethan, hey, look, you got to call for the shirt or the socks right now.
See it.
Something got to give.
Right? And he got you too, huh?
Yeah.
Tell me the story.
Same thing. Look, we was in the woods hunting. Next thing you know, Daddy got a poop. Either your shirt sleeves or your socks. Pick one. Ain't had no other choice.
See, that's what I'm talking about. That's family right there. You know what I mean? You give up your shirt sleeve or your socks for your old man to take a deuce. That's what I'm talking about.
You got a full rank.
Did I get an upgrade to the 4? No. My insurance for my phone just replaces the phone with the same phone. So I got a refurbished Galaxy Fold 3. I'm very glad I got the insurance on the phone, by the way, because the phone costs $1,800. So I'm glad I wasn't out $1,800, because I could not afford that.
Anyone cast their vote in this government system when we all know it's been proven to be a complete scam?
So we're all
Oh my god, this lady looks like one of my great aunts, but younger.
real excited that things are coming out about the Biden family. But let me just remind you, this is just...
What happened to the previous phone? So I had this water bottle. You know what? I shouldn't use the new phone to illustrate what happened, because I might accidentally actually do it again on camera, and as funny as that would be, and as much as I'd love to end up on live stream fails, not worth it. Let's pretend the calipers are my phone. I had my phone in this hand, and I had this spiky plastic hard water bottle in this hand, and Oliver, one of our cats, jumped on the couch next to me in a way I didn't expect. He surprised me. So I started dropping the phone, and my instinct as an ape was to try and grab the phone with both hands. So I basically smashed my hard plastic spiky water bottle into my very fragile folding phone screen interior. So it broke. So anyway, I had the insurance, got it fixed. This is my old phone. I just got to drop it in a mailbox, so they'll fix it and send it to someone else refurbished, because that's how the insurance works. Each Baird says, 5 TikToks without the earth hungers for blood. Maybe things are getting better. Cat the Satanist, thanks for 12 months. Happy anniversary. The folding phones are cool, though. Like, there's a reason I love this shit. Ooh. Hold on, I gotta put my pin in. It's fun. I think it's cool. I like tablets. I watch media a lot on my phone, and I read comics, and I like having a little mini tablet that I can fold up and take with me. Alright, enough talking about my bullshit consumer goods. I'm such a goddamn shill.
That's the tip of the iceberg. Obama needs to be brought up on charges. Pelosi needs to be...
Like, charges of what? There are things you could certainly charge him with, like, you know, using drones to kill innocent people on accident or whatever, but, like, those are things you don't give a shit about. You're a Republican, so what's the point?
Be brought up on charges, and about 80% of Congress and probably 95% of the FBI in the
probably 95. I said probably, so it's definitely true.
CIA. So when Trump said that the swamp needed to be drained, there is some serious house cleaning. Putting Biden and his family in jail is...
And his family... Because, like North Korea, your family is culpable for the crimes you commit. DM Trey, thanks for 31 months. Wow. Another in the above 30 months category. Holy crap.
It's chump change compared to what needs to happen. And I believe is also going on behind the scenes.
Steve with a Q with 100 bits says not messing it up this time and kicks off a hype train. Thank you very much for kicking off a hype train. Let's see if we can get to level 5. That would be cool.
Everybody...
MW1642, thanks for gifting a sub.
...was highlighted for what they've done. The country would probably go in chaos because it would be too much, because it's too much for the American people to even comprehend all at one time. But
I think sometimes arithmetic is too complicated for all of America to comprehend at one time. Much less your bullshit convoluted conspiracy nonsense. Canadian Unicorn, thanks for gifting a sub. Astral Storm, thanks for 7 months, says level 6.9 or bust. Yours truly, the One Pony, says head of San Francisco Police Department wants to use lethal force robots for situations of violence. I saw... It's weird, it's like an article but in video form. Yeah, I heard about that. It's not even like just vaguely dystopian, it's just literally like the plot of RoboCop. It's literally just the plot of RoboCop! It's what the evil company in RoboCop wanted to do! It's just RoboCop! I'm like 2 hours from Detroit. It's fine. I'm far enough away. Whatever.
But this is a great start, but it's just a start.
Forrest Espion says, last time we got to level 16, today let's get to level 20 or higher. Unless everyone in chat decides to give many dollars. That's not... no. MH Darkbeast says, how did you like Black White? We had evil Winnie the Pooh and evil Banana Splits, as well as evil Santas and snowmen. But now we have... Oh, God.
Remember that story about Cindy You-Know-Who? When her Christmas was stolen, she knew what to do.
Why, Santa Claus? Why?
But what if I said...
69% to level 2. Nice.
That's not how it went down.
I know it's not Michigan, but RoboCop was. Forrest Espion, thanks for gifting a tier 3 sub. Wow, thank you.
You gonna be okay? Because we can turn around right now.
No. Poor girl. Her mother was killed. Her mind snapped.
Did you ever find the Christmas killer?
Never got a reliable description of the man.
Dad? He's out there! What if the Christmas killer is back?
This town cannot go through another...
So he's just the Grinch, but he murders people. Okay. Get Deformed says, I want to go to the CIA HQ, not inside because I can't. I'll just walk up to it and look at the building. I can go into the International Spy Museum, though. 4% to level 4 on the hype train.
Christmas killer thing. Not again.
Us folks down in Newville, we liked Christmas a lot. But that thing that lives just north of Newville does not.
What is it?
The mean one. He's slippery, he's elusive, he's a mean one, that mister.
I'm not gonna be a victim anymore. Time to roast this beast. You're a dead one, mister.
I'm wary of stuff like this because it leans too far into the, oh, look what we're doing. We're kind of we're satirizing someone else's trademarked works. Oh, they don't want you to see it because it looks like the other thing, Dr. Seuss for kids, but now he murders people. Like, it's like, I get it. Just do it. Just do it. If it's good, it'll be good, but I don't think it's probably good. I would watch it on Shudder because I already subscribed to Shudder. I'd give it a shot. Hydrate.
Tommy Talk. Why did you pull down my last video of me talking about Joe Biden and what he knows about China? What are you trying to hide? What are you trying to hide for him? Better yet, what are you trying to hide about Hunter? You think he's going to go down for tax evasion first? Sex crimes on his laptop? Maybe doing coke with Obama's daughter?
I don't even think are they even close to the same age? They might be. I thought Hunter was older, but I guess in my head, the Obama kids are younger because when they were in the news, it was like 10 years ago. Gadri, thanks for gifting a sub.
So many things. That's what I got for you, TikTok. I'm going to keep coming.
Hunter's in his 40s. They're probably in their 20s, mid-20s.
Coming back. So pull this one down too. Pull down my whole account and I'm going to come back. Promises.
Once this is full, Joe Biden will be my president.
Got him? Why do you have a Donald Trump sex doll? Forrest Espion says, Hannah, would you watch Krampus and give a review? Which Krampus? Oh, I've seen Krampus. I saw Krampus in theaters. I thought it was good. I enjoyed it. I didn't like it as much as the director's previous movie, Trick or Treat, but, like, it was good.
This is going to go out to you, Google, and Apple. Who in the hell gave you the right to tell me what app I can and cannot use simply based upon who owns Twitter?
You did when you clicked I accept when you entered the App Store for the first time. It's their store. They can do whatever they want. If you don't want to do that, then buy a different phone. Buy an Android. You could sideload apps.
I mean, you were all for Twitter.
Or you could use Twitter, like, on a mobile website. That's fine. That's fine, too.
Twitter when they were suppressing Republican views. You were all for Twitter when they were kicking people off that you didn't agree with. And now that Twitter is allowing these people back on the platform...
Yeah, Apple doesn't want people accessing dangerous, radicalizing information that turns people into terrorists on their platform because then they might be liable and it makes them look bad. 30 seconds left on the hype train, 41% to level 4. Get Deformed with 250 bits says, terms and conditions. No one reads those. I won't be held to that.
People going, oh my god, there's going to be so much violence. No, actually, violence or threats of violence on Twitter have dropped over 40%.
What are you basing that statistic on? Who gave you that number? Was it Twitter? What were the metrics they used to measure that? Because the use of the N-word went up like 500% or something. Just saying.
Nobody's being kicked off.
Thanks for the level 3 hype train, everyone.
Liberals can still have their say, but then so can Republicans. So what gives you the right to tell me I can't use Twitter because you don't like it?
Because it's their app store.
And it's the same with the news stations. They're doing the exact same thing. They're calling for advertisers for Twitter to stop advertising with Twitter because they don't like who runs it. When did the news media become the conscious and moral voice of America? Because I can tell you what, they haven't done a very good job of it over the last 10, 20, 30 years at all. Remember the COVID scare? We found out they lied.
No, we didn't. Astral Storm, thanks for gifting a sub.
They're going to sit here and preach to me about Twitter? Give me a break.
So, what's coming?
Holy Snapchat filter, Batman.
Can't get anyone to tell me.
Don't you love how her I like that the filter, like the fake eyelashes from the filter are like over her hair because it doesn't detect the layers. It's just kind of pasting them on it in a 2D way.
The big secret. Well, my friend, Asphalt Cowboy, is that what it says? It's not a secret. So if you're looking for a secret, you're going to continue to be lost. What's coming? We the fucking pissed off people are coming.
I see you have sequins on your shirt. That's very badass. Hydrate.
We the pissed off people are coming to remove every single corrupt politician, both left and right. Every single part of the establishment is going to be removed. And we the people are gonna do it. Don't believe me? Cool. I don't fucking care. Sit back and watch. Get pissed off. Participate. The precipice.
I shouldn't say this, but I'm going to because no one else will.
Oh God. When did Louis Theroux get addicted to methamphetamine? Forrest Espion says this makes her look like an uncanny makeup robot.
Now everyone's happy about the 2022 midterms, that the big red wave's coming, the red tsunami, it's a big celebration. Come on, let's save the country. I'm hoping for it myself, but and I hate to be that guy who farts in the car during the tailgate party, but I got to be that guy. Everyone was just as excited, just as happy, and just as sure Big T was going to win the presidential election. During the election, his numbers were soaring. Then the mail-in ballots came in.
How do they... I know, I understand they're intentionally being obtuse, but it has been 2 years. This has been explained 10 trillion times.
Then boom, Biden wins.
Yeah, when you count all the votes, it turns out that Biden won. Crazy.
Those mail-in ballots, they make the election system untrustable, if you ask me.
Good thing I didn't ask you, nor did anyone else.
I don't know how in the world anyone can trust their election with mail-in ballots.
Are you dumb?
But anyhow, frankly, I'm not so confident that we're going to have a red wave. Let's just say that. And
he was right.
If fraud happens, no one's going to challenge it. No one's going to challenge it. Because you'll be an insurrectionist. Because you'll be an election denier. Because you'll be a conspiracy theorist. They want you gullible. That's exactly where they want you. And these mail-in ballots are their ticket to win.
Over the next few months, the Dems will be trying to set themselves up to remain in power. Now, they've lost the House. They should lose the Senate. I ain't gonna say they will.
They didn't. We retained the Senate.
All right, so what's going to happen?
And we might be able to expand the majority in the Senate in the Georgia runoff campaign coming up.
How will this facilitate? This is what I think is going to happen. I'm not telling you this is what's going to happen. It's what I think. Okay? Panazzi didn't.
I think the majority in the House for the Republicans is pretty narrow, too. That'll be interesting to see how that goes over the next couple of years. Just probably nothing's going to get done. That's basically it. Oh, Jake Thoney, thanks for 1,000 bits. I appreciate it.
Step down in some big, graceful.
Yeah, this was posted 2 days ago. I don't know if this is just a TikTok from before the election or what.
Gesture.
Maybe he's still holding on hope for somehow that we're going to get the Senate, or that he's going to get the Senate.
She knew she was ousted, and she didn't want to be the minority leader. Okay, I got that. All right, so she goes on. She will keep her congressional seat. And then Joe Biden will appoint her as an ambassador. Get her butt out of the country, all right? Below the radar. Next thing is that Camel Toe will come up with something probably family related. You know, my family comes first, and she will step down, which will make the biggest joke in history all alone. So he will appoint Gavin Newsom.
What?
As his VP. Now, I said this last year, okay? I laid this out. He will appoint Gavin Newsom as VP. Okay, Gavin Newsom, it's my understanding, is the Nazis' nephew.
What?
Little inbred Jed going on here, right? So, then, when old Big Gavin is up there, they enact the 25th, bam! The biggest joke in history fades off into the sunset, and we have the absolute worst option as the next president. He steps up, boom. He's unimpeachable. He ain't done anything.
We can't even get rid of an innocent guy. What the hell?
Okay.
This is a convoluted, ridiculous thing that's not going to happen, but it is funny to me that this guy apparently spends a lot of time catastrophizing. It's just interesting.
Okay. But we can still impeach the actions of the big joke, in my opinion, in my understanding. And if we can do that, then we can declare that if he was dementialized, then this is an
you want to be on my show, Kid Pyro, to talk about what?
This guy's got to go, and we can call for immediate elections nationwide. Now, having said that, I don't really see that happening. I see this coming to fruition, but I also
people who claim to be independent thinkers sure do have the same thoughts as white conservatives.
This is going to go out to Conscious Lee. Sir, I used to follow your content because I thought you were an intelligent person, even though I didn't always agree with what you had to say. See, as a white person, it always baffled me how a black and white could get along, and then all of a sudden the Democrats, especially black Democrats, would call the black person a traitor to their race. Simply,
what the fuck is this guy talking about?
Because blacks and whites are getting along.
Yeah, I think this is the same guy from a TikTok from before. Overthought with 50 bits says, as an introvert that spent 90% of my time by myself, I too work out scenarios in my head to a great degree. Can't say they cross into this territory, though.
And then it baffled me more is when a black man would think like a conservative. You know, secure the borders. Don't have abortions when it's not needed because there was no need for it. How he would vote Republican because he believed in fiscal responsibility. You know, unlike Joe Biden, if you don't know who to vote for, you ain't black. Yeah, that sort of thing. The problem that you're having, sir, is that you see a black man and you think they should automatically fall in lockstep with the way the Democrats want them to, or that they should fall in lockstep with the way that the black community think they should be.
Pretty sure that the general discussion around issues of race and the Republican Party usually come down to the fact that Republicans... whether or not you think every Republican is racist implicitly or not by the support for certain policies, at the end of the day, by and large, Republican policies are worse for people in America who are black. Like, that's just the reality of the situation. So that's usually why you see that demographic vote Democrat more than you see them vote Republican.
And that is...
To be clear, it was a big deal when Donald Trump got 12% of the black vote. 12% was a big deal.
So inactive.
It's usually around 8, I think. Or it was 8. I think it was 8 in 2016, 12% in 2020. I think.
A black man can be a doctor, an entrepreneur, a lawyer, or even a politician, a president. And simply because they don't think the way you think they should does not make them a sellout, does not make them any less black. A black man is black because of his skin color, not because of what's inside. Inside is called a human being, somebody with their own independent thoughts about how they view the world. If you can't understand that, then you are not as intelligent as I thought you would be. It's like a video that was posted around as a white girl was putting her hair in cornrows. And all of a sudden a black man stepped up and go, "Oh, you're appropriating my culture." No, she wasn't. It was just somebody who wanted different hairstyles. Just because you don't like it, think it should be appropriation of a culture? No. See, appropriation of culture is me taking an Indian headdress, wearing it around and acting like an Indian. That's an appropriation of culture, and that's disrespectful. A person can be who and what they want to be. They don't have to fall in lockstep with the way you think they should be.
Oh boy.
Hey there, TikTok. I just have one thing to say. Time for fucking around is over.
If you see a neighbor with an American flag that's all black, be very afraid of them. They probably want to kill people. Genuinely.
Got some done? Make kids great again?
Oh my god, they're paddles for beating your children. Holy fuck.
I even rounded the edges for some rounded bottoms so that the edges don't hurt the rounded bottoms. These are called attitude adjusters.
Hello, CPS?
Make kids great again. You can hang them in your kitchen, hang them in your living room, whatever. Works great.
Oh my fucking god. The only way I can teach my children anything is if I scare the shit out of them by hurting them, you know, like a fucking monster. Jesus Christ. Don't hit your kids. Don't hit your fucking kids.
Guys, I have a question. I just heard some polling figures.
Rublum, what would you like me to wear for the hats off?
That I find to be a little shocking.
Flower crown? Okay.
Tell me what you guys think about it. So they said 100 people. Were these elections what you thought they would be? Did they turn out the way? 83% of the people said no. They voted Republican. Yeah.
100 people? I assume that was a bunch of people coming out of one particular polling place in a very red area?
Only 17% of the people said, yeah, that's what we expected. So...
Bumble Homestead says, hello, I'm listening from Nutcracker Hell. I see y'all are observing a different, more frightening hell. Indeed we are.
83 out of 100 people vote Republican.
Not in the country!
How were these even close? They weren't even close. We've got another fucking fraudulent election perpetrated on the American people by the Communist Liberal Party of America.
I had to take a statistics class in high school, and I think that that's just a really good thing that people should have to take. Learn basically how statistics work.
America. In hand with China and their communist
What's the straw cowboy hat thing look like? I'll show you.
partners, NATO, the United Nations. I'll tell you now, this is not going to end.
Did he just say NATO and the United Nations like they're the same thing? NATO and the United Nations are different things. This is it.
End well for anybody. This is definitely not going to end well for the United States of America, no matter what way it goes. I think people are pissed. I think, from what I've heard, they're saying enough is enough.
My friends down at the diner where we sit every morning and drink coffee all think that it's time to overthrow the government. Sure, Paul's got a bad hip and Andy's been living off the workers' comp since '89, but I think that we can get this done.
Let's see how this plays out. But I think it's going to get very, very ugly very, very soon. It's just a simple man's opinion, guys. I'm just concerned for family members and my loved ones that aren't able to defend and protect themselves. And I can only be in one place at a time. I'm an ex-military man. I'm not in fear for my life. I've been trained well, but...
How old does he think he is?
Does
he think he's John Wick?
People that I worry about that live their lives in the fantasy world that...
You know, this country was founded on hard-working people. What the hell happened to these people?
Which people? Are you talking about, like, George Washington, or the people he owned that actually did work for him? Who are you talking about?
Where'd they go? Now we have people that don't give a fuck, don't want to work, hate the country. Get the fuck out. You know, this country was...
So you guys think Vladimir Putin, well, not you guys, some people think Vladimir Putin, he's the bad guy. What the fuck do we got? Vladimir Putin's the enemy? Who's the fucking enemy? The enemy is the fucking guy we got in the White House. He's the one that's causing all of the things that you're dealing with in life. When I gotta pay $400 fucking dollars for a fucking Thanksgiving meal.
Wait, it cost you $400? Do you have... How many family members do you have?
You know, and y'all feel it. Everyone fucking feels it. Everyone sees it. Putting us into fucking war.
I don't think Joe Biden invaded Ukraine.
With Russia? Russia doesn't give a fuck about us. Vladimir Putin, he's kind of like the stone that's standing over there going, fuck no, I ain't fucking listening to any of this bullshit.
I'm not listening to any of the bullshit. I'm gonna invade neighboring countries just cause. Fuck them.
I don't hate to say it. It's the fucking truth. That fucking guy, he knows more than we know. And he's seeing it. We're dealing with this Ukraine shit. Our money is being funneled. Our money. My money, your money is being funneled.
Did you give a shit about this during literally any of, like, Iraq or Afghanistan or any of those things? Just curious.
Over to this Ukraine thing. Billions and billions of dollars. Shit. What would it cost to get the fucking homeless people off the fucking street?
Every time we say we should do something for the homeless, Republicans say no, that's socialist. So what do you people want?
Streets.
We can't put money into social services, we need it for the military. Okay, we're gonna use some of the money for the military to stop Russia from invading Ukraine and causing global instability. No, use it for the homeless. All right, let's use it for the homeless. No, that's socialism. Oh, can we use it for childcare? No, that's socialist. Can we use it for healthcare? No, you're a communist. What do you want?
Nothing. Maybe a couple $1 million. Maybe. Put fuel in our cars. Make it cheaper. Nothing. No, we don't get shit. Our border's safe. Nothing. No. We're going to send everything over to Ukraine because...
We literally have completely de-weaponized the entirety of the U.S. All of our weapons have gone to Ukraine. What a nice gesture on the part of the USA that we gave them every single tank and battleship and air fighter.
Because they need that shit right now.
0 jets. We have no jets.
Open your fucking eyes, guys. Look at the fucking bigger picture.
Why are gas prices their only concern? Because what these people do for a living is they go to work, they hate their life, they hate their families, they go, they get gas, which is expensive, and then they go and get alcohol at the store or drugs, and then they go home and get absolutely zonked, drunk, whatever, don't give a shit about anyone outside of their sphere, outside of their person. They're incredibly selfish, and their only concerns are, I need to get home and drink, I hate my family, and boy, I sure wish I had more money to buy alcohol, but the gas is too expensive. I'm projecting a lot of my dad's bullshit onto this. But that's my observation as someone who had a dad like this growing up.
I'm telling you.
Man, I get so conflicted. Because I really don't want to vote for the Republican Party for a lot of things.
Argonian Bum with 28 months says, yodels up for this flat yet thick earth.
But the Democratic Party is just not for tolerance, they're not for acceptance, and they're not for unity and peace. They're going to be the cause for World War III. If they're not the cause for World War III, they're going to be the cause for America literally selling its souls and
What does that mean? How do you literally sell your soul?
selling its people into servitude to foreign powers. Like it's like a no-brainer. It's like a no-brainer. And then, like, if you want to look past foreign policy, you could be like, oh, the Democrats support child mutilation. Sorry.
How's that foreign policy?
Sorry.
No, child mutilation isn't like a thing. I assume he's talking about trans issues like a big old chud.
That's what trans ideology is.
It's not. Guys, trust me, he doesn't want to vote for Republicans. He's just echoing far-right talking points of people like Matt Walsh.
Not trans people. That's a different thing. But trans ideology. There's a two...
They're not. They're not. What are you talking about? I'm a person that is trans, and that issue permeates my life.
Two definitely different things. Because trans people existed far before trans ideology did.
Go fuck yourself, man. I'm a trans person, and I'm telling you, I know how disingenuous you're being. Go fuck yourself.
And then, like, how about, like, the Democrats stay saying, like, the Republicans fear-monger and control their party by fear. But, like, anytime I turn on any Democrat left-leaning news or information channel, they are calling Republicans monsters.
Because you're fucking monsters! You're literally doing a video right now where you're espousing views that make you come off as a monster. You're doing the thing.
Screaming about people's rights getting taken away, which, by the way, abortion is not a right.
Not federally anymore, because you guys took it away! That's the whole point, you dumb asshole!
And if you value it as a right, go to a fucking state that values it as a right, because it's not a constitutional right. That's for damn sure. If that's what you consider a right, that's where you're like, yep, I'm gonna die.
Yes!
On this hill, literally. Because I'll get stabbed by the homeless people or the drug dealers.
What the fuck is he rambling about?
Or just a crazy person, because we don't think it's compassionate to put them in asylums.
Reagan closed the asylums! What are you talking about?
It's way more compassionate to let them live on the streets. Mother Nature's looking after them. It's like I'm not a fan of Republican foreign policy either. But I don't think it's burning the country down. I think maybe they sell it out. They're both robbing the bank, like I said in prior videos. But one party's leaving the building standing. It's an undeniable fact. And while the Democrat Party burns the building down, they're claiming they do it in favor for black people, for gay people, for trans people. We're burning the building down for you. For you. It's for you.
This guy's legit one of the dumber people we've covered on this show, which is pretty sad.
More news coming out of New York for the communist part of our, well, lawmakers, AOC being one of them. They want a law to expand a employee's right to fire somebody. Basically, they must show ironclad proof of why somebody was fired.
good?
They no longer want somebody to be fired for ineptness. Nope, not allowed.
No, if you can document someone being bad at their job, you can fire them. That's the point, is that you need to document it. That's fine.
You got to keep that person on payroll. If somebody comes in and is breaking dishes, getting orders wrong, not doing...
Again, no, that's a reason. That would be for cause. You just can't let people go without cause. That's... Do you even know what you're talking about?
...in their job. The new law that AOC and her cohorts are trying to pass, nope, protects them. Why is government constantly trying to butt into businesses?
Because businesses mistreat their employees constantly, and workers need to have rights to make sure that they can put food on the table.
And how they operate. It's about time we stop this. How AOC...
Like, has this guy never been, like, let go from a job for, like, no good reason? Because that happens.
...won re-election. I don't understand. But I'm going to say this, too. New York, you're getting exactly what you voted for. If you want to become communist, that's...
New York is one of the most economically prosperous areas in the country. That and California, which are both quite blue.
...on you. Stop.
Logart says, ding dang, my 20-something manager yelled at me the other day about making angry videos while operating the forklift.
Bitching about it. If you don't like...
Sorry, H-Baird. H-Baird said, if we need a break, here's some fun crazy. Ooh, let me see if I can find the link. Where was the link? There it is. Oh boy, okay, thanks.
What's going on? Move out. I just find it sad that we have people who want to turn this country into a socialist country when socialism has never worked, ever. Show me one country that's socialist and that is working, and I'll bow down and kiss the skunk's ass.
Okay. Like, there are a lot of European countries that are basically democratic socialist, which is probably what you mean because you think everything left of center is, like, hardcore Stalinist communism, even though it's not. At the very least, I would like the government to put a lot of money into social issues and social safety nets, because I think that an economy built from the bottom up is better than one that supports the top at the expense of the people at the bottom who actually make the economy run. It's not hard to understand. I don't think that's controversial, nor should it be.
So, the elections are over. It's been almost a week. And how many more are we going to take? They say, wait for the elections, but the elections are over. The only thing that's left is war.
Good luck.
So if we can just get some people together.
Just some people, you know. I don't know exactly how many people are in America's armed forces, but it's a lot.
To say, fuck it, one last fight for us veterans. Let's call it a day. I'm ready. So whenever there's...
Veterans overthrowing the democratic government and installing a fascistic regime is the backstory of Starship Troopers, so that's fun.
I'm in Virginia, by the way. And if anyone is in Virginia ready to fight, let's get the rest of the veterans and let's get going. Because you know what? Ain't no one gonna save us but ourselves. So let's have at it.
Gnome Pickles with 100 bits says, if people on the bottom cannot consume by having jobs that pay a living wage and benefits that keep them healthy, the top cannot be supported. The these are real people argument isn't working, so maybe the economic one will reach these schools. Maybe. I don't think any of them understand the basic functions of the economy and why it functions at all. It's kind of weird. It's like they think it's all magic. $27, thanks for 5 months. It's like they think of, like, really rich people as, like, demigods, and if we bestow upon them enough, like, tax cuts, then they'll, like, give us good crops. It's weird.
Say this while this is on my mind. Bill Gates is a goddamn idiot. He's just had a conversation recently that I saw a piece of about how he's going to reduce population by effective healthcare and vaccines because we have to drop the CO2 level in the planet. Now, I don't know if anybody's aware of the fact, but CO2 is the thing that plants use to breathe.
Yeah, and we drink water, but that doesn't mean you can't have an excess of something in the environment. Like, drinking a glass of water is great. Drinking 8 a day is, on average, required for humans to thrive. But you can also drown. You see what I'm saying? CO2 is integral to the environment on Earth. Plants use it to survive. Yes, correct. Basically, humans take in oxygen and convert it to carbon dioxide. Plants do the opposite. It's cool. It's like a symbiotic relationship. But if the CO2 climbs high enough, then the environment will change and the entire ecosystem will collapse. We're kind of in the midst of it. I shouldn't say midst. Midst implies like, oh, we're over the hump. No, we're at the beginning of it. The next 50 years are going to be interesting.
CO2 is what they use to live. The more CO2 there is, the more plant life there is. In fact, in my experience, the shit's rampant. Things grow everywhere.
Every time I go outside, I'm seeing grass and trees. There's plants fucking everywhere.
So,
okay,
let's reduce the CO2 content of the world by taking away all the people and then just let the plants grow on nothing, because his goal is to reduce CO2 to zero. It's a freaking scam. The entire...
He understands that CO2 exists in the environment, like, completely divorced from us adding more to the environment via, like, cars and, like, breeding a ton of animals for our consumption. Like, the extra we produce is on top of the CO2 that naturally exists, like I said, through that, like, conversion of, like, CO2 to oxygen and vice versa.
Climate change situation, the entire narrative about climate change is a bunch of crap.
It isn't. It's not really a narrative. It's just a scientific reality. Like, at the end of the day, the Earth is gonna keep going. There have been mass extinctions before, and I'm sure there'll be mass extinctions in the future. This might just be another one that we're going through, and we might not make it, and it is what it is. It's very sad. I'll be upset about it, I'm not gonna lie. But at the end of the day, like, it is what it is. That's our own fault. That's our bad. You should be the one that's upset about this, sir. Your grandchildren, your grandchildren's children will not have a home to live in. The future is a disaster. I don't know what to tell you. We did this to ourselves.
The science doesn't support it, and nothing that we...
That's objectively the opposite of the reality. The absolute consensus amongst scientists, and when I say scientists, I don't just mean general scientists, I mean people who work in the field of climate, that humans have created climate change as it currently exists, and it is an extinction level event potentially. That is the consensus. It's not even close.
We do. None of the poverty that they create, none of the stupidity that they enhance is going to make any difference in how the climate actually works. The Earth is a living, breathing thing. It's been changing for years. It changes every...
Hey, do you know what rate of change is? Because while the climate has changed slowly over time, over millions and millions of years, the rate of change has ramped up to unprecedented levels in the wake of human-centric climate change, to the point that, again, it is a runaway disaster. I am repeating my points, I know, but I cannot get over people who don't take this shit seriously. Hydrate.
A few thousand years, it's changing now. Instead of preparing for it, they're trying to impoverish people. They're trying to take away our food source, our energy sources, our very will to live, all on some daydream that they're going to cut CO2. Bill Gates is a freaking idiot. I am sorry. I don't mean to be disparaging of an individual.
Does he know that Bill Gates isn't the spokesperson of all science?
But I know a lot of...
Like, Bill Gates didn't unilaterally decide climate change is a thing.
History about that person, and he's not as smart as everybody thinks he is. He has no idea what he's talking about, and he's part of a scam that's designed to wipe out half the human population. Now, I don't know why they're so afraid of letting people thrive. Humanity could thrive. We could be living in Tesla's world today. But they chose to not let that happen. Now, personally...
common theme to conspiracy theories is that there is some natural state of the world that we're being held back from, that there's some sort of ideal utopia human existence that we could have if only X didn't stop us. In this case, Bill Gates, climate change, New World Order, whatever bullshit this guy believes. I almost commend the optimism in believing that the natural state of humans is creating utopia and that just there's some evil force stopping us. Guys, it's us, Twist. We're just shitty. We're just super shitty to each other. It's not a conspiracy. The duality of man. We've discussed this thoroughly in art forever.
I just can't deal with it anymore. Watching that man talk is worse than watching Joe Biden, that incoherent, sniffing pedophile, garbling...
They still on the sniffing thing? Like, I get it, it's weird. I just feel like he hasn't sniffed anyone in a while. I feel like you gotta earn the sniff thing. I feel like if you don't sniff for a while, it kind of goes away. Like, there's a timeout.
His language as he speaks, can't even say two coherent things in a word, in a sentence. See? Is that what happens when you get old? The fact of the matter is, Bill Gates is completely insane. And the narrative that he's pushing, if we increase healthcare and through use of vaccines, we can reduce the population. Better healthcare means bigger and better families.
It actually doesn't. Statistically, we've seen that just factually, when countries develop industrially, the birth rate goes down because the infant mortality rate goes down, so people don't feel the need to have so many kids. They're also not working in sustenance farming situations as often, so they don't need a bunch of kids to help, like, deal with the farm and do hard labor for them. So family sizes on average, as infant mortality rates go down in industrialized society, family sizes go down as well. That's why you ended up with sort of the idea of the American typical nuclear family, 2 parents, 2 kids, as the average or whatever, whereas historically families have had many children, many of which would die of various infant and childhood diseases. H. Baird says, the whole obsession with Nikola Tesla is also weird. While he was an excellent 19th century engineer, he didn't keep up with science, physics especially, and by the end of his life he was a crackpot who constantly proposed things that would never work. He was also in love with a pigeon. No offense to pigeons, I just, you know, Andy Pretzel says, Bill Gates isn't as smart as everyone thinks he is. Tesla world would be better. Sir, Elon has literally been proving he is as smart as a 12-year-old. Also, Hannah, yet again, Tinfoil Tuesday and Wingnut Roundup fall on the same day. What a coincidence. Does it? Damn. I gotta see when Jeff is streaming. I don't think humans are necessarily inherently bad. I think we're complicated. I think there's a juggling act between our want for altruism and our want for selfishness, and those things come in conflict, especially because of the systems that we focus our lives around. The social constructions of, like, capitalism and the way that things work have exacerbated the worst parts of human behavior. I do think if we had a better system that we could actually, you know, put into place, I think things would be better, but there are always going to be people who are just selfish shitbags, unfortunately. Hopefully, as time goes on, we find better ways to deal with people like that, and ideally stop putting them in positions of power, because they seem to be the majority of people in positions of power currently.
A reminder of the different BUYDENs that are out there. I'm going to zoom in so you can see this on your large screen.
Guys, it's the Biden clone talk.
If it's there on your phone, you'll notice the guy on the left is somebody that I remember. That's the look that I remember. And then on the right, there seems to be a different BUYDEN, even with the mouth and the teeth. You'll notice the loopy ear on the left here, and then the connected...
Guys, I don't know if you know this, but a lot of politicians, especially on the national stage, as they get older, will have plastic surgery because like acting, they're in front of the public all the time. So Biden has had work done. He's had a facelift.
Ear.
Like, that's an open, known thing. I don't think he's ever talked about it, but, like...
on the right. And then you go a step further on the bottom left, you'll notice the eyes up here right on the top right are kind of a color.
It's not even a thing. Like, my grandfather had something similar done. He had a thing where part of his face was drooping because of age. My grandfather is in his 80s. He was in his 70s at the time, probably around the same age as Joe Biden is now. And yeah, he had to have some stuff repositioned. I guess not had to, he chose to. But yeah, it's a thing.
On the bottom left here, you'll notice that they are dark black almost. A different type of mouth and teeth, and you've got the loopy ear. And then on the right side, you have another loopy ear, strange looking character with a different forehead, strange looking eyes, and then you will go a step.
There's also just like, I don't know how to explain this to an adult who doesn't intrinsically get this, but like, depending on the lighting and when a picture is taken and the camera, you look different just from day to day too. Like, human beings look different. I look different in different streams because of the lighting or whether I did my hair or did makeup that day. Like, people look different.
Step further and look here on the bottom, a different
Oh, also human clones don't exist. That's also a pretty big one.
nose, different face, different chin. And so, yeah, we keep seeing strange anomalies, and it is definitely awkward. And in talking with some folks, very interesting in going to the Hollywood world, they basically, from Hollywood, can make anything appear real.
Okay, I think today I'm going to try and be cool, calm, and collective here. But I would like to address my president of the United States with the fact that he wants to pay all his tuition off. He's not paying it off $10,000 or $20,000 to rich kids. Anyway.
Most people who went to college aren't rich. Fun fact. Most people who went to college took loans.
Why don't you take that money and help kids out like mine? 29 years old, is a full-time fireman, and can't afford a down payment on a house.
I would agree. Your kid should also get money. Maybe the government should be set up in such a way that it actually benefits citizens so that if they need things like housing or something to jumpstart their career, that money is available to them, because a society that's healthy is a society with citizens that are comfortable and have the ability to be safe at night and have the ability to have a place where they can be safe and comfortable, from which they can, you know, have a job or whatever. They can be productive, but they can also feel secure in the fact that they have a place to live and eat and just be.
Because he spends money on gas and groceries and lives paycheck to paycheck doing that. These kids, they're almost 30. He don't have $6,000, $7,000 to put down on a $140,000 home. Help them out.
Yes, both should be true. When you hear someone else is getting help, fun fact, your instinct should not be, fuck them, they shouldn't get help, I should get that help instead. Your reaction should be, that person got help. That's awesome. I'm glad that other person got help. Can I also get help? Because I'm also a person who deserves help. That's fine. I respect that. I agree that it's not fair that your kid who's almost 30 doesn't have enough money saved to, like, get a house. That's probably not his fault. That is the result of a broken system. It's fucked. He should get help. But that doesn't mean you should be tearing down other people who are currently getting help. Stone Corbell says, people with student loan debt are also in their 20s to 30s. Why is he acting like these are kids? I don't know, because he hears college and he thinks 18-year-old?
Give them 10 grand. That's a nice down payment. And now they can start a family and be a civil member of society. Oh, no, wait a minute. We don't do that anymore, do we? We don't. No. Gimme. Fuck you, Joe Biden.
Gimme as an insult, but also give my son $10,000. I don't think that's selfish. I think it's reasonable for to want your adult son to be able to start a family in a home if that's what they want. I understand that. I think that's completely reasonable. Insulting other people for also wanting what's best for themselves and their kids? Fucked. Tea with Goblin says, buggery, I did the thing where I stayed up super late and then slept until 11:30 a.m. and missed half the stream. Well done me. Oh, well you look like a water nymph in your blue shirt and flower crown. Here's to hanging out in lagoons and dragging unworthy men to watery graves. Sounds nice. Oh my god.
So I just saw something on YouTube, and I really hope it ain't true, because that would just make it where I'd...
Did you think to maybe look up whether or not it was true before you made a TikTok about it? Because I'm guessing it's not true.
Don't want to send my son to school that much more. So apparently schools in the UK, Australia, and the United States are experimenting with edible insects. And the reason why they're experimenting with this is so they can shy away from meat products and...
Insects are meat products, just to be clear. I think you're talking about more like beef products and chicken products, probably for cost cutting, and also it's pretty resource intensive to eat like chicken and beef and stuff. I think the more reasonable thing will end up being like culture-based meat. By that I mean like growing meat instead of actually raising animals for it, which we're getting to the point where we can start to do. $27 says I'm in the UK and I've never heard of this. But either way, I think whatever this guy's talking about is some dumb right-wing conspiracy bullshit.
and be more eco-friendly and stuff like that. I don't give a shit what you're trying to shy away from. I will not be sending my son to a school that serves crickets, ants, any kind of bug for
okay.
lunch. Now, I didn't grow up in one of the greatest countries in the world.
One of the greatest countries in the world. Woo-ah!
Just to send my son to a school that serves him bugs for lunch.
Is it still the greatest country in the world if we serve bugs at lunch?
I will pack my son a lunch every day if I have to. It will consist of pork chops, hamburgers, chicken wings, whatever the fuck
Okay. No one's stopping you. Do it.
he wants in his lunch, but it will not be bugs. And I'll be damned if I quit doing that just because somebody is offended by my son eating a pork chop.
I don't think anyone's offended by your son eating a pork chop. It's fine.
I don't care. He don't want to eat a bug or a leaf like somebody else.
Wait, do you not eat, like, salad? Because that's leaves.
And if he does, if he wants to be a vegetarian, that's perfectly fine. But if my son wants a pork chop, he's going to eat a pork chop.
What if your son wants to eat bugs? Have you asked him? Maybe he's into it.
You know, a lot of people are saying it's the end of time.
Chromatic Cuttlefish says, I didn't grow up to have some bugs served for lunch. Now hand me some more of that shrimp gumbo and those crawdads and butter. Gnome Pickles says, as someone who raises his own insects to eat, I love how the weird nonsense has come out against it. It makes me laugh as I make my cricket flour muffins. The whole discourse about the bug thing is so funny to me because I also don't particularly want to eat bugs. Like, it's just not something that interests me. Like, I don't know, I'm particular about food. It sounds gross to me. It's a mentality thing. But at the same time, a lot of people who talk about this stuff on the right, because this is a weird common talking point by them, the eating bugs thing, they act like it's, like, morally wrong to eat bugs, or that it's, like, I don't know how to explain it. There's a level of, like, derision that's almost like they think it's satanic to eat bugs. I don't know how else to explain it. Like, it's not just, ew, I don't want to eat bugs. It's like, you're disgusting for ever even imagining eating bugs. Like, there are people who eat bugs. Not a thing I want to do, but, like, I don't give a shit. Bittergrin says, I think they mostly intend for it to be cricket flour, not just chowing down on bugs. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Dread Pirate Mix says, I don't care if you're offended by what my son eats. Sir, you're the only one offended in this situation.
Good afternoon, darlings. Hope y'all are having a great day. Are y'all
Oof, that filter is working overtime.
seeing it yet? Are you seeing what they're doing?
Vast Lunacy says it feels like the right-wing outrage about bugs is just repackaged gross out from the Fear Factor era? Maybe.
I mean, Amazon, Twitter, and Walmart firing people by the thousands. During holiday season, too. Just amazing.
Man, it's almost like big companies are dog shit.
The one time a year where all the corporations make their big money and they just fired thousands. That don't quite make sense, does it? And of course, they're wanting to say there's quiet quitting going on everywhere. Yeah, people are
quiet quitting, aka, hey, maybe like I shouldn't get treated like shit, and if you pay me minimally, I'm gonna put in minimal effort.
Or spending their time, getting cheaply paid because they can't actually go out and buy food now. Yeah, that's y'all's dumbass fault, but that's what you want. Yeah, y'all, that's what the powers that be want. They're trying to collapse it. That's what we're going into right now, is that one turn of the screw that they're starting to do. And here goes the roller coaster ride. We'll be upside down and inside out before you know it, and we'll be on the opposite side going, what the fuck just happened? After they've collapsed it. Get ready, that's exactly what they're going to do. And we thought 1929 was going to be bad. This isn't going to be a recession, folks. Oh no. We're looking at a worldwide global depression on its way. Oh yeah. And the rest of the world's following the lead because everybody in the boys club is rubbing elbows to get this done. So yeah, y'all, I hope y'all the best. I pray that y'all are well fed, protected, and warm this holiday season. True.
What's really weird about the bug thing is that Jesus subsisted on bugs during his 40-day fast in the desert.
Much love. Be careful out there. This roller coaster ride's about to get real dangerous fast.
Just a question for white folks, Caucasians. How does it feel to be living in America these days? How do you feel about how you're treated in America today?
I have never been treated anything but positively because of the color of my skin. What are you talking about, sir? No one gets treated like shit because they're white. At least not 99.9999999% of the time.
I really don't think that people...
Oh my god, Wilford Brimley is back!
I really don't think that people really appreciate how well I control my temper and my dislike for humanity as a whole.
What a badass. Bittergren says, I feel afraid of getting shot for wearing nail polish as a man. Yeah, America's scary. It's unfortunate. Woo!
Okay, so I think our first request of the new Republican House is they should fucking stop the chemtrail program and stop spraying the skies immediately. It is obviously making Americans sick.
Chemtrails are not a thing. They don't exist.
So, if they could cut that shit out, that would be amazing. That's like request number one.
Can somebody explain to me when the United States became a one-party country?
It's not. It's not. It's a two-party country, unfortunately. Stone Corbell says, Tinfoil Tuesday, stop invading Chud Watch. It's not time for you yet. Tomorrow. I understand what you're saying, and the way that I would call it one party isn't the same he's calling it one party. I get it. They're both, like, pro-capitalist, liberal shit, but, like, there are a lot of things that aren't the same. Tea with Goblin says, so on the weird paranoia around meat replacements and bugs, I am reminded of this lamb ad from 2005. it was fake, but enough people unironically agreed with it that it became something of a cultural fixture for a few years. Meat eating seems to be a big part of Chud zeitgeist for some stupid reason.
There's nothing worse than being un-Australian. I should know. I've been Australian all my life. And I'm sickened by the creeping tide of un-Australianism eroding our great traditions. Like our custom of eating lamb on Australia Day. Un-Australianism is everywhere. For example, people wearing those plastic brightly coloured flip-flop shoes with flowers on them. What's wrong with rubber thongs in simple primary colours? If I hear another person say thong, when they mean those swimming costumes punchy Brazilian blokes wear up their bums, I'll do my block. Sadly, the scourge of un-Australianism has even infected our national day. A balanced Australia Day diet should consist of a few nice juicy lamb chops and beer, and perhaps a bit of pavlova for those with a sweet tooth. Yet your long-haired, dull-bludging types are indulging their pierced taste buds in all manner of exotic, foreign, often vegetarian cuisine. Chicken burger value meals, pizzas, a number 42 with rice. It's an absolute disgrace. And people ask why we need capital punishment. Do you think the diggers in the trenches were fighting for tofu sausages? No. They were thinking of grabbing a lamb chop off the barbie with their bare fingers, sustaining third-degree burns, then sticking their hands in a relieving esky to fish out a cold one. Look at our national song, Waltzing Matilda. It's about a bloke trying to get a nice bit of lamb into his tucker bag, not spicy chicken wings. The soap-avoiding, pot-smoking, hippie vegetarians may disagree with me, but they can get stuffed. They know the way to the airport, and if they don't, I'll show them. So the message is clear, even for you backpackers. Roll out the barbie, ensure the gas bottle's filled, stack the fridge full of lamb, and prepare the invitation list. So don't be un-Australian. Serve lamb on Australia Day. You know it makes sense. I'm Sam Kekovich.
Now I want lamb. I really like lamb, I'm sorry. That might gross people out. Tastes good. I like Mediterranean food. You're telling me you don't like a gyro? It's so good.
Oh, we haven't? Then can somebody explain to me why the top Democrats and the President of the United States is telling us that we have to vote Democrat?
No, I'm pretty sure they were saying, like, hey, if you like democracy, do that. Just like I'm sure the Republicans said, hey, if you like, I don't know, what do Republicans do? If you like hating people, vote for Republicans, then you have to. If you hate enough people, it's just how election time goes. They're not saying you literally can't vote for other people.
Or we're the enemy? Ooh. When did this become an allowed practice?
I mean, Donald Trump is a pretty good, like start point to when it became okay to, like, you know. So Donald Trump.
I thought we were free to vote for who we wanted to.
No one said you're not, dipshit.
I don't understand why the president thinks that it's perfectly okay to order us.
You weren't given an order.
Fuck out. Knock me out. Motherfucker, knock me out. Knock me out. No, you don't work for Rowdy. You work for me. And Rowdy. Knock me the fuck out.
He done told you to sit down. But if you want somebody to knock you out at fucking begging somebody, I'll do it if you want me to.
There you go, Rowdy.
Yeah.
Just
fucking
slap me.
night sleepy time.
Just slap me, Rowdy.
People, you need to wake up in this world and see what's going on. There's a lot of corruption in the government. We all need to stand together and take all these elites out. All they're going to do is try to destroy us or their goals, whatever that is. But I'm telling you, people, you need to start opening your eyes. Quit watching so much TV and all their narrative and see what's going on. You need to get your shit together. Find out what's going on.
Yeah, I think he's pooping. H-Baird says a lot of these are explainer bigots. They think that their bigotry is wisdom, so they can't comprehend what assholes they are, and think people are getting mad at them for telling the truth. They're the most obnoxious of bigots in my experience. Yeah.
In this real world. Y'all have a good one. People, you need to wake up in this world and see what's going on.
Hey, YouTube, what's up with my bad? Okay. I ran over.
It is now coming out from a FBI whistleblower. The Mar-a-Lago raid was a sham for the midterms. 75 million people told y'all stupids that.
Just making shit up. Sky Comet says, hey, God, why did I have to come in to see another naked weird old man who can't handle TikTok? It's the bread and butter of this channel. Old white shirtless men. Where would our channel be without it?
Another election stolen in Arizona. We all know that Kari Lake won that election fair and square.
She did not. She lost.
Probably by a landslide.
She didn't. She lost.
Katie Hobbs sat in her basement, went in debate, but yet here she comes out the big old winner. Please.
You know, I'm such a dick because I do construction. I work my ass off. And I spend all my money to go back to work, and I can't go to Costco and pick up a bunch of stuff to eat for Thanksgiving. So it just makes me feel like all these people, they don't even work. And they're taking all my shit that I'm working for.
They're not.
And there's not a goddamn thing I can do about it, except bitch about it to you guys. So if I'm the working class and I'm building all these people's houses and I'm remodeling them and keeping them nice, then all these people are doing is living in them and consuming everything. And it's not going to be long until there's nobody left to work for them. Because we're all going to be dead. And I don't know who's doing it, but I make $30 an hour working my ass off. And I spend all my money to go to work and to live in a fucking RV. And it just seems like that I'm not...
You make $30 an hour? That's not... In America, that's pretty good. Like, that's not nothing.
Not a part of this American system, you know? And yet they'll blackmail me with prison if I say anything about it. There's all this bulk food.
Like, according to the math of the person who posted this, that's $4,800 a month, which, don't get me wrong, especially if you're living in a big city in the United States, you're not well off, but, like... You can budget that. You can very well live off of $4,800 a month in, I would argue, most places in the United States. You're gonna want to stay away from big cities, but, like, you can absolutely survive on $4,800.
Food. And Thanksgiving's coming up.
Chitara says, or don't do your Thanksgiving shopping at the last minute, dingus.
And I don't even have 20 bucks.
Also, he's in a Costco. Costco costs money as a membership. If you're in a Costco, I don't think you're super poor. I'm not saying poor people can't go to Costco, I'm just saying if you have the money to put forward for a membership to save money in the long term by buying a bunch of money and a bunch of products in bulk, you know, poor people don't usually have the money to put forward for a membership. Vast Lunacy says, based on the fact that he said blackmail me with prison, I'm going to assume he's some kind of sovereign citizen. Could be.
Bucks to buy a fucking bag of potatoes. Because I have to spend all my money to go to work. And the sooner this system fails, the sooner...
Do you drive an original Hummer? How much does it cost to fill your car?
I'll be able to eat.
Like, you're in construction, so I'm assuming you have, like, a work truck. So, yeah, it's a truck, but still, damn, dude.
It's just fucking weird, dude. It's already failed for the people that work for a living. I don't even know what these people do, to be honest with you.
I don't know. They all have different jobs. They're hundreds of people from your city. I'm sure they're all working, too. They're in a Costco buying stuff.
Well, after this latest
I love Costco.
round of fuckery by the Democrats, I think we can all agree nobody's coming to help us. we're on our own. Best thing we can do at this point, arm up, get your preps in place, stay safe.
Sky Comet says, "You're not poor, sir. Poor people don't use Costco. Poor people use Walmart and Dollar Tree."
I want to talk about Trump for a minute. I want you to remember something, okay? How it went out, how it went down, how all the fraud that went on. But look at the geniusness of God, how he anointed Trump. Because what has happened since Trump went out? So much darkness has been exposed. Like, people that hated Trump or didn't believe for Trump are now, the Lord showed all the evil that's really behind the scenes. So people are waking up. So if the sleeping giant of America wakes up and people start to say, wow, they stole my vote, this is not good, then how wonderful did it work out? He set Trump aside for a moment to bring the wild card back out. Praise God. God is a genius. Amen.
God is a genius. Such a weird sentence. It's not your constitutional right to destroy the government. It's not in the Constitution.
Things are not going. Listen, family. Things are not going to be what they seem. There's some things coming to this country, likely the whole world, but especially this country, because America is the epicenter of everything that's happening right now. Satan hates America. He hates America because it was founded on godly principles. One of the only nations, maybe only two of them, in the history of the world that was founded on godly biblical principles. And for that reason, Satan hates this country. So that's why this country is attacked.
I've grown so numb to the long rambling, like Satan is in control of the country and we need to have a holy war to extinguish his, like, demon flame. For so many of these over the last couple of years, I just feel like I'm, like, numb to it. Like, this should be shocking. This should be like, oh my god, this man is crazy, and you know, I've seen it. Been there, done that.
So much, that's why it's the epicenter of today's spiritual battle. There is a shaking that's coming to this country. It's going to get ugly. It's going to be scary for 99% of the people. And when I say scary, I mean terrifying. We saw what fear could do to people the last 2 years. You tell them the flu is going to kill them, and they all lose their minds. But what's coming next, I don't know what it is, but I know it's coming. But I do know this: it is not going to be what it seems. Things will not be what they seem. It's mostly an illusion, okay? It's mostly a deception. They're going to use TV and whatever to try to paint this picture that's not real. Focus on God. Keep your focus on God. No matter what you see on TV or on social media, don't forget this. Things are not what they seem. Are they ever? I mean, let's be real. When are things really what they seem? Usually they're not. But there's a deception.
The soundtrack feels like I'm walking through the Mojave Wasteland.
Coming. There's a storm coming. There's a great falling away coming. And I don't want you to get caught up in all that. Don't get caught up in the deception, okay? Don't believe what you see.
Sir, can you just go on, like, a nice walk without, like, thinking about killing people? That'd be awesome. Go for a walk, get some fresh air. Don't think about killing people. Gnome Pickles says, people have been predicting the end of the world and one god or another destroying things in a spiritual battle since we decided it might not be a good idea to store bodies in the drinking water. I understand the numb to this nonsense feeling. Yeah.
Way, I'm the only person that's sick and fucking tired of waiting. Just wait, trust the plan, have faith, pray. blah blah blah. Don't take any actions. Don't actually do anything. Just sit there and wait and have faith and pray.
Oh, that guy's gonna be in the news soon.
You guys, I was wrong. If you
Bittergrin with 100 bits says I should probably be concerned by how numb I've gotten to full-on crazy. It's a coping mechanism.
You've seen my videos about COVID hair loss. You know that my theory was 5G radiation.
Or you had a disease that fucked your body up. Probably that one.
With the new cell towers going up and yada yada yada. I do still believe that that's affecting all of us. However,
you're wrong.
My theory is that all of the symptoms, the COVID hair loss, the nausea, all of it, if you want to see, go watch my other videos. We are going through a collective awakening, and this is happening at lightning quick speed. This is happening very fast. Every single one of those symptoms that I had, and had thousands of you commenting that you were going through the same thing.
So did this lady not get vaccinated because she's an anti-vaxxer, and then she got COVID hair loss, which is a common symptom, and she can't accept that she caused that to herself? So she's looking for conspiracies to justify so she doesn't have to admit that she, like, caused her own hair loss?
Look up symptoms of ascension. We are going through a collective awakening. It's exciting.
Ma'am, you just made a bad decision. Two bad decisions. The second one was the eyebrows. Fuck.
It's terrifying.
That was mean. That was mean. That was mean. That was mean.
But this is going to be good. We're waking up.
Psst. Hey you, come here. Do you remember that time we had that theory about a deep state? And it was an organization that ran the government behind the scenes. We were all told we were crazy. Well,
you are crazy, correct.
Listen to this.
They made it quite clear. They want to eliminate what they call the deep state. The deep state is a cadre of professionals dedicated to honoring the Constitution, the laws of this country, and carrying out the policies of the Congress and the President.
Yeah, he's talking about the bureaucracy in the federal government. You guys call it the deep state. It's just boring bureaucrats executing literal policy decisions. It's not a deep state. That's the entire point this guy is making.
Don't you just love when they say the quiet parts out loud?
Oh my god, these people are so fucking stupid.
Now listen to what else he has to say.
And a majority of the Congress of the United States, both parties, thought that it was in the interest of citizens to have a professional cadre of employees, not subject to political pressure or whim or edict, but subject to following the law and carrying out the policies of this country.
So a majority of the Congress decided that they would take the powers that the people elected and hand them off.
You stupid motherfucker! No, he's talking about the administrative state, the bureaucracy that de facto has to exist within large governments to execute policy decisions. Like, policies aren't magic. It requires thousands of people all over the place doing things. It's not magical. And the idea is that they're being nonpartisan in nature, ideally, so that the political wills of individual parties don't overshadow the will of the people as executed through policy decisions.
To a cadre of professionals to secure our freedoms. I don't remember that being a part of the Constitution. I don't remember that being a part of the foundation of this country.
I'd imagine you don't remember a lot of things.
Right from the horse's ass, the horse's mouth.
We must guard against a future president taking that dangerous step of making them employees at will.
So he continued on to tell us what we have to guard against. So we have to guard against the course of action.
Yeah, making federal employees at-will employees would be a fucking disaster.
That they chose to put in place without...
Which is probably something Republicans want to do because it would undermine the federal government's effectiveness overall.
The American people's knowledge.
It would make turnover much higher, and it would be bad.
To protect ourselves. This is the kind of people we're dealing with here. Keep that in mind when you go to the polls.
Frankly, we've had a very stark example of a president whose will.
So, who else is disappointed and confused after Donald Trump's big announcement? I mean, didn't we already know he was going to run in 2024? He's mentioned it before, several times before, so here I was thinking it was going to be big, and all the posts and the memes and everything on his Instagram or Twitter, Truth Social. I just thought today was the day. I was thinking we were going to get something.
Yeah, the QAnon people were upset at Trump's announcement that he was running in 2024 because they thought he was going to get up on stage and be like, I did it, I'm Q, commence arrests of all political enemies of Republicans. Yeah, so they were sad that the day of the rope didn't happen, basically.
Not that him running isn't big.
DB Raymond says, speaking of voting, I voted in the Georgia runoff today early and voted for Warnock. Early voting lasts until December 2nd if you live in Georgia. If you live in Georgia, go and vote, please. Expanding the Democrat Senate majority would be great.
But I don't want to wait till 2024.
Well, there might be gridlock, by the way, between chambers. The Senate alone is still very important in confirming court appointments, so expanding the Democrat majority does matter. Please take it seriously. Don't stay home just because you think it doesn't matter. It does.
Anyone else feeling a little bit let down? Hit me up. So, who else is disappointed and confused?
You know how great of a person Donald Trump is? Let me tell you. Him and the true generals of the United States of America are sitting back, allowing all the manipulation to take place to see where it's going to go. And when their minds work together to break the trap of what they have caused on this nation, then the perpetrators will get punished. That goes for Biden's administration, and everybody that's in gain of what's going on and what they're doing by manipulating all of us. That includes the news media, a businessman that straightened us out for 4 years. But meanwhile, Biden's crushing this economy and everybody in it. The poor will always be poor because they spend their money they never save. The middle class save their money. That's why the middle class has money.
Poor people can't save money because they're poor, so they have to spend all their money on basic needs of survival and still end up in the hole a lot of the time. For a lot of people, living paycheck to paycheck is the ideal outcome. For many people, they can't even live paycheck to paycheck. They end up in the negative. Like, what are you doing? What are you talking about, you fucking idiot?
The rich invest their money, all of it, to get rich. And
wow, rich people have a bunch of money that they can use to get richer by speculating on the actual work of poor people? We're basically a bunch of dogs running around a track that a bunch of rich people are betting on while we do all the actual work. Hooray!
and I have invested in you.
Hey Patriots, Adam Newbold here, former Navy SEAL, former special advisor to the CIA. Patriot. TikTok banned my account. This is a new one. Yeah, saw it coming. Permanently banned. Of course, I was approaching 100,000 followers. I know that's not a lot, but a lot of folks at least carrying what I had to say. But here's why I was banned. First, I said that people needed to use their voice because we don't want kinetic warfare. So the time to stand up is now. The time to fight is now, but to fight with your voice. Apparently that's hate speech. And the last straw was when yesterday I made a video saying, Joe, you do not intimidate us, even though you want to continue threatening.
Kind of sounds like you were vaguely making threats to the government and you're trying to sugarcoat it. Like a lot.
Us. As the so-called illegitimate president of the United States has once again made very clear to patriots that we are enemies of the state and that we can't fight against F-15s. So I guess stating that we're not intimidated by those threats is extreme. I guess it's radical. And so, of course, I was banned. Well, we have to keep pushing information, guys. We have to keep talking as they continue to censor us. So I appreciate your listening to what I have to say. I appreciate your input. Patriots, stay strong, use your voice. And, I've never asked before, but I'd like to have some folks like and follow so that I'm not just talking to this tree here. A lot of information is finally coming out because it can't be suppressed and oppressed for forever. So stay strong, patriots. You know what's right. You know what's going on. And you're certainly not crazy. Okay? And you're certainly not extreme. Just...
You're not extreme, as I say in front of my military Humvee in the middle of the woods where I am telling you that it's about time to fight the government. I'm not extreme, though. We're not extreme. He literally has, like, a military Humvee that he got from some kind of fucking auction or something. Look at that shit. Come on. This is your personality? This is what you choose? That's sad.
Ron DeSantis, this video goes out to you, brother. If you ever want to be a Republican leader of the United States of America, you can't be taking Democratic money, brother. That plays against all the rules, you know that, don't you? If you're truly a man of the people, you will turn to the Republicans for all the money that you need, not the Democrats. You already know the Democrats are the reason this country is the
I don't even know who he's talking about in terms of, like, DeSantis getting money.
way it is. Now, don't get me wrong, brother. I think you got some great ideas, and I believe you have a great state. There's no doubt about it. But I'm not too happy with the fact you take Democratic money to try to fund a Republican run against Trump for president. That's kind of sad in a way, brother, if you ever did run for president.
Did I know that Democrats are the people also? No. That can't be true, because I disagree with them.
I don't think I could vote for you because of that.
Yeah, I saw Herschel Walker says he wants to ban people under, like, 32 or 31 from voting. One of the dumber statements he's made. We're just saying a lot.
Other than that, I like you, and I love your state.
What are we doing, guys, with this illusion of voting and pretending we have a voice? I think we should get a bunch of us together that are...
This lady is such an Ashley Babbitt fan. I guess she wanted to take after her hero. That was a little extreme on my end as far as jokes go, but,
ready and willing to work. And we go claim some land. And we get prepared to fucking defend it. And we start a whole new life.
Did you just discover the idea of a commune? Have fun.
Well, now, Joe, in the same speech that you called everybody a threat to the democracy,
He didn't call everyone a threat to democracy. He called right-wing extremists like MAGA people who constantly question the integrity of elections threats to democracy. If you find yourself in that group, that's a you problem.
you promised that you'd see that no election was ever stolen again. You used those exact words, again. But y'all just did that again. And this time it's pretty blatant. In Maricopa County, Arizona.
These people are fucking obsessed with Maricopa County. It's always Maricopa County that they're focused on. Remember when they did the big Maricopa County audit and they found 0 wrong? That was great. Peter was so sad about that. That was beautiful.
The ballot had both the governors on there and Secretary of State's on the same ballot, but somehow almost 40,000 more people apparently voted for Secretary of State, but just decided what, not to vote for a governor?
Maybe. I don't know. People might have split their ticket. I don't know what people are thinking. Maybe they voted for one but not the other because they didn't like either option. There are a lot of people voting. There are many people who vote many different ways for many different reasons.
Don't think that's really possible.
You don't think it's possible? Why?
You got some problems there. You got some problems in Harris County, Texas, too. I think that's the name of the county. You got these Dominion machines that weren't working properly in
Again, no, they're fine.
Arizona, Texas.
Gnome Pickles says it's cheating because people who voted for the Democratic Party were allowed to. We cannot trust people to make a decision that this guy disagrees with. You're shockingly close to official Republican policy at this point.
Nevada, Pennsylvania, Michigan, again, because they weren't working properly there in 2020 either.
I'm in Michigan. The voting this year went incredibly smoothly.
We all know the Dominion machines are made in...
Alright, so 2020 doesn't mean shit. 2022 midterms don't mean shit. Just wait another 2 years. Right? Can we start burning things yet? Because I'm over this.
Wait a minute. I was told only Antifa Democrat plants burned things. Just like they burned Seattle to the ground. There's nothing but a singed Space Needle left.
What do you do when your country's been taken over by the enemy? What do you do when you realize that your children are going to know the meaning of slavery far more than any of us have ever understood?
Oh my god, lady, shut the fuck up. What do you want to bet this lady's opinion on prison labor is?
What do you do when humanity itself is at risk? And you're the adult in the situation.
That's being a little generous.
And the whole world is counting on your people. What do you do?
Okay, check this out. Breaking news. If you follow my content, you know that I don't like bringing shit to you early because there's no truth and fact validity involved in that. You need more than one reporting source on something, folks. But this is a whole different bag of tricks right here, baby. Y'all take a look.
Punk on a bike, thanks for following.
Listen to this shit.
DC is imploding, and people are on our side. They are sick of this BS. And I have met half a dozen people that work at the Pentagon tonight that are like, enough's enough. You know, we're done. They're causing, you know, they're the ones who did what happened in to the pipeline.
Told you.
These guys know.
Never underestimate the right's ability to listen to someone say a blatant lie and just accept it because it fits what they already believe. Everyone's susceptible to this to an extent, but holy shit. The right has made it like their entire way of existing and proliferating policy.
When we go to
Woo, that is incredibly loud. Sorry.
in 2024, tell me who you voting for.
Oh, that's the same song.
A big day.
Oh, this guy's got a fucking Captain America shield. Fuck this guy. As another owner of a Captain America shield, I don't like that. And it's not even like he bought it a while ago. That's the Hasbro Marvel Legends Captain America shield from just a year or two ago. That's supposed to be the Sam Wilson Captain America shield. Yes, I can tell the difference just by looking at this. Don't worry about it. How can I tell? I'm not going to go get my Captain America shield from downstairs to show you. But you can tell in the white ring on the one behind him, there is sort of a cut-in trench around the circumference. The original Steve Rogers Hasbro shield does not have that trench. It's just smooth. The Sam Wilson one has it.
Nancy Pelosi was getting fired. America's been looking forward to that for God knows how long. But we didn't know how big. The House just announced Joe Biden's under investigation. You know how everyone said there was nothing that he could be impeached for? Well, let's see.
Okay, the Republicans are going to spend 2 years investigating him over Hunter Biden's laptop or Biden farting or whatever weird thing happens that week. Go for it. I wish you luck, sir.
The House said tax evasion, money laundering, but the scariest thing was the part where they talked about human trafficking. So, those of you who voted for this dude, you still backing him?
Yeah. Since I don't think any of those things are true. Either way, prevent... Do I have this shield? It is not. I do have this movie, though. This is from Captain America, Death Too Soon. This one was not Roger Corman, no.
Just curious.
Okay, Pelosi's gone, so she wants respect. She wants to be treated with respect. Let's show her the same respect that she showed our president. Okay? FBI needs to raid her compound. They need to find all intel and documentation that might be classified and take it from her.
I would bet you all $10 million that Nancy Pelosi does not have top secret classified nuclear secrets on any of her properties. Do they genuinely just think that's a normal thing because Trump did it? Well, Trump had top secret nuclear documents, so they all must have them. No, Trump is very stupid and a criminal. And hey, I fucking hate Nancy Pelosi too, and she was definitely doing insider trading. Investigate her and arrest her for that. That's fine, but that doesn't excuse Donald Trump for his crimes. How weird.
And make sure there's no Russian collusion, China collusion, or any other foreign collusion.
Okay. Do it. Do it to literally every single politician. Do it.
Then they need to go ahead and book her on charges for destruction of government property and destroying classified documentation. She did that publicly on television. And then...
She didn't. She did not.
We need to get an FBI...
He's talking about the time she ripped up the State of the Union thing.
to kick
It became a GIF. You've probably seen it.
in her door to do a no-knock raid and find out just exactly what it was the guy with the hammer was looking for. I mean, he beat the fuck out of her husband with a hammer. He wasn't looking for her husband. He's looking
Yeah, he was looking to kill her.
for Nancy.
Yeah.
There's the reason.
Because he's a fucking psycho who wanted to kill her. Again, I don't like her either, but hey, murder, not cool.
So let's figure that out. Come on, FBI, do your job. Chop, chop. She's not speaker no more, so go get her. IRS, go get her. Find out where all that fucking money went. Go
Okay, do it.
get her.
You hear that?
Oh my god, that audio's bad.
I can't be
Oh my god, this audio's bad too.
the only one.
Hats off. Terdona, what would you like me to wear for the hats off? I have, let's see. I have, a witch hat, a cowgirl hat, a fedora, a pirate hat, horns. I can do the horns.
That's
Just gotta find them.
super
Oh, there they are.
excited about the Bidens getting exposed. Yeah. I can't be the only one.
Questions for the millions of you this pertains to. If you fully believe our elections are being stolen, which I would agree with you about, how do you propose that we vote ourselves out of that situation? Have a good evening.
Just
Yikerinos!
because we fly
It's a literal red flag.
Confederate flag
Hydrate.
does not make us racist.
It does.
We live in the South. And if you don't like it, fuck you.
Okay, fuck you. We literally won a war over this, bitch. That's the fucking Confederate battle flag. It's not even the actual Confederate States of America flag. The Confederate battle flag has been consistently used by racists for generation to espouse and basically vice signal that they do not believe that black people deserve rights, that the Civil War should have been won by the South, and chattel slavery should have continued. You might not view it that way because you're very stupid, but you have been tricked by racists, if you are not one, into making a racist symbol part of your identity. It's not good. Not a good look.
Hey, TikTokers, I think the House and Senate majority should be called, like, right now. There should be a deadline. Because the Democrats, all they're trying to do is scam and get more votes and say this and that. They're freaking liars.
Stop counting the votes because I'm ahead.
That he's running in 2024 and ain't nothing being done about 2020 or the midterms in 2022, then then what? We all just gonna continue getting fucked?
Let me put something on real quick. I have to urinate, so let me put on Sausage Guy or something for a minute while I pee. Well, that looks disgusting. Alright.
It's time to deep fry a fruit roll-up. Get it nice and floury. There, this looks like it's not doing anything either. Just need you to stick a little bit, not too much. There we go. Now that's looking proper. All right, we're at 470, around 420. Wow, that's skyrocketing. And then we'll just, there we go. Looks like a slice of cheesecake. I think we'll call it there. Well, all right, I guess we'll open it up and see how we did. It looks all right in there, I guess. Let's give it a try. It tastes like a donut from the state fair, but the fruit roll-up inside makes it taste terrible. They say no artificial flavors on the box, but I have no idea where this fruit flavor is coming from. It's not a good combination. I'm gonna have to give this 1 out of 5.
Bop, 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 bop. Oh, perfect timing. Okay. Back at it.
Anybody else
Anybody else finding it hard to continue trusting this plan when we're all still getting fucked? Like, I'm so confused as to what the fuck the plan is while we're all getting fucked.
Just consider this for a moment, if you would. We're being asked to believe that the Democrats have just recorded the most successful set of midterm results in 20 years.
Thought it was closer to 30, but yeah. Oh wait, no, you're right, because of 9/11, the gather round the pole flag midterms. I remember. MH Darkbeast says, "Who wants to buy a car?" Wait, what is this?
Action!
Oh god, is this the Carfax Fox? Oh my god. Or is it just a furry with a really expensive suit? Holy fuck.
And that's despite the fact that the economy's been creaked, energy independence has been lost, Afghanistan was catastrophically exited.
You know that Trump was the one who initiated withdrawing from Afghanistan, right? And frankly, that was going to be fucked up no matter what. Our whole deal in Afghanistan was fucked.
Billions have been poured into the crooked Zelensky regime. All of this.
Gnome Pickles says, yeah, your entire plan was spending $50 million in a couple of months attacking trans kids, and that pissed people off.
And apparently the voters love it. They can't get enough of it.
Have you considered that we have different concerns than you do? Have you considered that the way we view these issues is fundamentally different than you? And we understand that the president doesn't control gas prices with a button?
The reality is, and I suspect that many of you may agree with me in this, that the electoral system in the United States is unfit for purpose. It is equivalent to that which we see in the third world.
It's really, really not. Chromatic Cuttlefish says, so since you don't like it, sir, why don't you sod off back to Belfast where you came from?
Only worse.
I don't know about you, but I know what I'm gonna do when I see a Democrat in the street. Set. Talk is over.
That's just literally a threat. It's literally a threat.
Why aren't the Republicans challenging the results of all these close election losses?
Probably because they saw how that went during these midterms, being the kind of person that calls into question elections and found out, oh, that's actually really unpopular amongst most voters. I shouldn't do that. It's really the reason.
And I'm talking about every close loss. The House, the Senate, governorships, attorney generals, secretaries of state, everything. The Democrats are cheating everywhere. And
there's no evidence
we
of that.
Need to get recounts. We need to fight. Because this shit cannot go this way twice in a row.
Do you not remember how the recounts went after 2020? Tons of states did recounts, mandatory and paid for. There were private audits done by private companies, and all of them turned out that Joe Biden still won. You guys just suck. You just suck and have messaging most people don't like.
Those neighbors to rat on people because they think they're radicals. Well, I'll tell you what's radical. The day that you get caught and we get to watch you hang until your fucking feet quit moving.
Again, just wants day of the rope.
That's going to be radical, and I'm going to be there to watch.
So I just want to point something out real quick. Just throwing out my 2 cents that nobody asked for. But just notice that out of the state of Pennsylvania, Republicans or conservatives, the right, whatever you want to call us, yeah, sure, we're bitter about Doug Mastriano losing to Josh Shapiro. Yeah, sure, it sucks. But notice how we're all up in arms about Dr. Oz, a person who is a literal doctor who has...
I'd call his credentials into question, if I'm being honest, especially after all the bullshit he's peddled over the decades as an entertainer.
At least 1 degree. And he lost to John Fetterman, a person who compares eagles to eagles. Won over a doctor. So I just want to point something.
Good morning, TikTok.
I don't know if you guys know this, but Ben Garrison, brilliant surgeon, dipshit in everything else. You can be a medical doctor and even be good at it and still be a fucking idiot. Vast Lunacy says, if hanging is radical, I hope my rope is made of lanyard from a 90s summer camp.
It's cold today. Jersey. Ugh. Just came back from North Carolina.
Ben Carson, what did I say?
I know. We'll talk about that later.
Oh yeah, I said Ben Garrison. Ben Carson, sorry.
Anywho, is anybody else kind of falling off the Trump train? Yeah, I'm not real happy with him right now.
This is a look into the future, by the way. This is just exactly what I'm going to look like in 10 years.
He's attacking DeSantis, and there's no reason for that. I mean, he's one of the better people in the Republican Party, and he's attacking him like he's a Democrat. And that's not going to go well for him, because DeSantis is very well loved. I don't know why he's doing it, like, other than the fact that DeSantis could possibly run against him. If DeSantis runs against him, he's going to lose. He's going to lose big. Big. But it doesn't matter. You know, he's got to see, if he really is for the people, he's got to see that if DeSantis does win, it's okay. Because DeSantis is thinking like he's thinking, you know. He's America first. If he was smart, he would put DeSantis on his ticket and make him his vice president. That would be a team that can't be beat.
Gross.
Because those that don't care for Trump would vote for DeSantis. Anybody else feeling this? I'm just, I don't know. He's being a little too aggressive towards, you know, the good people in his party. He's got to align with those people. I mean, you know.
Is this Trump supporter pretending that decorum amongst members of your party is important now? Does she not remember the tirades Trump would go on in the primary debates back in 2015, 2016?
That's where he gets the extra votes, you know? Because DeSantis is a politician-ish. He dresses like a politician and talks like a politician, you know.
He speaks above a 3rd grade level, so it's a little bit heady for people like this. I like Trump because my kindergartner can understand him.
He doesn't do any mean tweets. Get it? So, let me know. Let me know what you're feeling. I mean, I'm not, I'm still a patriot, 100%. But I'm not so much a Trumper as I used to be. I'm starting to lose that love a little bit. Anywho, look for my...
So TikTok, can I say this once and for all you out there? I'm just going to go ahead and make a video.
This guy just looks like Chet Hanks if he wasn't rich.
Okay? I am a white man, obviously. Yes, obviously I'm probably European descent. Who cares what I have in me? Hell, I may have some black in me too, about 0.25%. Who knows? I don't care. But what I can tell you is this. When you blatantly say white Republican women are trash, white men are trash because of anything that happened yesterday, yesteryear, or 400 years ago, you are doing a disservice.
Sir, I don't hate you because of anything that happened in the past. I hate you for who you are. Mr. Rogers taught me that.
To us, and this is 2022. Okay? Try being a white man straight in 2022. Okay?
I'm good. I've tried it. I didn't like it.
Try being a white working man in 2022 and see how far it gets you. See how many people agree with you. See how many people hold you up and say, hey, We got you, bud. We're going to help you. We're going to help you raise your wife and kids. No, a woman just got on here.
Do you think that happens to literally anyone? No one is helping anyone raise their wife and kids. Also, raise your wife? Your wife should be an adult, sir. I just realized what he said. Yikes. Fast Lunacy says, I'm sure his adult film history has some black in it.
They're blatantly attacking Republican white women, okay, calling them trash, saying that basically we SA them, that we're the reason why they're where they are, which most Republican wives I know are very happy. They're very secure. They're raising their kids. They don't care about none of this drama. They don't get on here and whine and cry about being oppressed and none of that. They get up, they take accountability, and they do something about it. Okay, so for all you white liberals on here that think it's okay to jump ship, you know, basically stomp on your own race, your own people.
Ew.
Okay? Because this whole idea that minorities are purebloods.
What the fuck is he talking about?
Because we're white and we might not be 100% European, that we don't deserve the same respect.
What the fuck is he talking about?
Well, in 2022, we do. Because I ain't never owned a slave. I ain't never disrespected no one for the color of their skin. Because I could care
This entire tirade kind of begs to differ, but okay.
less. I get up, I go to work every day, I raise my kids.
Most people do.
I'm a good father and I'm a good husband. I do the best I can. And I'm sick and tired of y'all getting on here and blaming me for what happened yesterday. It ain't my fault, and that's why we can't get nowhere in this country, because of people like that. If you would man up, be intelligent, quit letting your emotions dictate your decisions and your...
By the way, I'm guessing this guy is one of those dudes who doesn't consider anger an emotion. Don't be so emotional, he yells, raging with a red, blood-filled face, clearly just fucking vomiting his emotional diarrhea onto everyone. Look at his face! For anyone who needs to hear this, men, anger is an emotion. When you say women are so emotional, I want you to think about what you're trying to say. Do you mean emotional or do you mean empathetic? Like, if your version of women are so emotional is just, oh, women cry sometimes. Fuck you. Learn to have an emotion. Jesus Christ.
Oh, America, you do never cease to amaze me. Midterm elections, and everybody starts off with, oh, it's going to be a fair election. We didn't get vote counts for 4 days after the election because of printer paper, things not working. Yeah, it's bullshit. Miraculously, a losing candidate all of a sudden wins. A candidate that can't even fucking answer the question. A completely different question asked him. I support fracking. I stand up. I stand up. I stand up. I support fracking. And ain't nobody gonna say anything? And you want to fucking cancel us people here that are saying you're pushing the buttons to this country standing the fuck up with the millions and millions of weapons we have and taking our fucking country back because you fucking dumb son of a bitches can't get over your own fucking greed. And you want to call us terrorists. You want to call us everything under the fucking book. You're cheating, lying motherfuckers. And there ain't a goddamn politician in the office right now that's got the balls to fucking take you on. Which means they're involved. They're part of the problem. So if something does not occur about this cheating in the midterms, which is also going to lead to cheating in the 2024 election, then I have a feeling that all you motherfuckers right now that think you just won something, you're sitting there glorious. Oh yeah, we kept them fucking terrorist Republicans from taking office. We're paying attention.
You're literal. It's so wild, the cognitive dissonance between almost everyone in this thread. In the same breath, they'll be like, how dare you call us terrorists? And then be like, because you called us terrorists, we're gonna fucking kill you. Like, you're doing the thing. You're literally doing the thing. That is why you're being called the thing. You are the thing.
And come 2024, when you cheat again, I have a very strong feeling that you will have broke the camel's back. And you will see a rebel.
So we get one more. One more. Cool. Jake Thoney with 50 bits. Thank you.
Taking place in the streets. And if you happen to be the unlucky...
This is probably going to get banned, so I'm going to go ahead and just say it anyway. I think if this shit ain't straightened out by Friday...
Oh, it's that song. Do has.
Across the country, I say everybody stop. Stop what you're doing.
My middle school principal was from Germany, and 1 year for the talent show, he did this song. So the principal did this song. It was pretty great.
And go to the nearest interstate with your vehicle and clog the entire system up. Everybody stop. Nobody makes money that day. Nobody does anything. Wherever you're at, whatever town you live in, stop.
General strike.
Put your car on the interstate. Put your flashers on. Clog it up. Until this shit is fixed. Everything stops. That's the only way they're gonna fucking get the message. Just a thought.
Hey, TikTok. Well, I want to single-handedly thank Michigan, Pennsylvania, California, and hell, it looks like Arizona may go the same way. I want you to single-handedly thank yourself for fucking up the United States of America. And when you can't afford food, and when you can't afford gas, and your kids are on lockdown, and you're on lockdown because they've come up with some new COVID strain, I want you to walk to the mirror, look in it, and smack yourself right in the fucking face. I can't believe you guys are that fucking stupid.
Public service announcement. This hat is still a Superman cape, despite what the GOP machine, the establishment Republicans, are trying to do. They're trying to pull Jedi mind tricks on you and prop up their anointed one, Ron DeSantis, and make you forget everything that Trump did.
What do you think Trump did?
You know what? I say fuck the GOP. I don't call myself a Republican. I'm MAGA. I make America great again.
Good. Never vote for Republicans again. That'll show them.
Again. I'm America first. I'm for truth. I'm for justice. And you don't have those things without freedom. And this man, he's the one that took us to where we are as far as a movement. He's the one that made Ron DeSantis. He's the one. Don't ever forget all the things that Donald J. Trump did. Don't let the establishment, the machine, the system, the swamp, because the Republicans full of swamp creatures too. Don't let them fool you. Don't let them divide us. Don't let them cause civil war. They fear this man. They fear MAGA. They fear you. And they fear me. And they fear what we represent. And we just represent the truth. We just want the truth. And we want we want justice.
You don't. You just want people that you like to be authoritarians in power to hurt people that you deem your political and social enemies. That's not truth. That's just fascism.
And there was a red wave, despite what they say. The news, just because you say there wasn't a red wave on the news doesn't mean...
I mean, there wasn't, really. They made marginal gains in the House and took the House by a slim margin, but the Democrats maintained the Senate. The governor races did pretty well for the Democrats. Overall, the Democrats did really well considering the context within which this midterm election took place.
I mean, there wasn't a red wave. There was clearly a red wave. In fact, that red wave is still rolling in. And if I were you, I would not miss Trump's announcement on Tuesday at Mar-a-Lago.
It was just to run for president, which we all assumed anyway.
Most people think he's going to announce he's running for president.
He did.
And I'm going to say, I have a hard time imagining him announcing he's running for president when he never conceded. Don't forget that he never conceded. So
I wonder how she feels now, huh? What's her TikTok? Awaken My Soul 2. Let's find her. TikTok. Nope, wrong one. Awaken My Soul 2. I gotta see what she said on the day of his announcement, because she was so sure. What day was Trump's announcement? Was it the 14th? 15th? Was it the 15th? God, why is it hard to find these in the correct order? 11-2, 11, it was the 15th, so I need 10-5. Or the day after, probably. Why are these all out of order? That's weird. Wait, is that the date that they're out or not?
And that's what this is all about.
Secret Service said they had dissuaded him from coming to Capitol Hill. They told him they don't have the resources to protect him here. So at the moment,
no, that wasn't it. Did she not post anything after that? 11.
Check it.
Yeah, it seems like she just kind of fucking ignored it and acted like she never said anything, maybe?
It's the perfect person. I was like the central
Which isn't shocking, I guess, but like I thought she'd address it a little. Jesus, that's bad even by their standards.
So, I don't know, guys. I don't know what he's going to say, but I have a feeling it's going to be good. So don't miss it as announced.
I meant 11:15.
We're just getting started. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled by the machine, by the system that's trying to erase Donald Trump. Don't be fooled by some of your favorite conservatives.
Linear Time is trying to erase Donald Trump. He's almost 80.
That are really actually traitors. They're traitors. If you're going against the man, you're a traitor. You're a traitor to our country. You're not MAGA. This is the man. This is the man that did everything.
I genuinely wonder if there are a bunch of MAGA people that after Trump dies are just never going to vote again. Like, is there a certain subset that have been captured that are just Trump voters and will not show up after he dies? It'll be kind of interesting to see.
All right, so all my friends on here wanted me to go vote. They pressured me, and I finally gave in. So look, I went and voted. See, I voted, and I ain't gonna lie to you. I felt so humiliated doing it. It was almost like wearing a face diaper. You know,
it really isn't. I'd recommend not only you go vote, but if you have children, take them voting with you. Because I'll tell you, my parents, I'm no contact with them. They did a lot of things that are really shitty growing up, you know. One good thing they did is that every time it was an election, they took me to vote with them, showed me the process, explained it, showed me the ballots and how they marked them and stuff. This demystified the whole thing, so when I turned 18 and it was time for me that I had the right to vote, it wasn't this scary thing because I had seen it done many times throughout my childhood. It was just me doing it instead of my parents. So if you have kids and you want them to be involved, like, civically, I'm not telling you to tell your kids how to vote, far from it, just so they understand the voting process, I think it's a really good thing to do. So if you do have kids, consider it. A lot of people, I think, just don't vote because they don't know how to do it. They've never done it. There's, you know, it can be intimidating going into a building and there's different stations you have to go to, and what ID do I need to bring depending on the state, and, like, what's going on. Take your kids. Teach them, please.
where you know it doesn't do any good, but you go do it anyway. So, yeah.
Chromatic Cuttlefish says they'll keep voting after he dies and write his name in. Probably true.
I went and I cast my vote. You know, all Republican, pretty much don't have a choice nowadays, unless you want to vote for a libertarian. And, which of course I don't have a problem with those guys, they just never win, so what's the fucking point in voting for them? But, you know, I was in there,
Mass Lunacy says so many of the Trump people only started paying attention to politics because of him, so once he's gone they might well disconnect again, especially if the rigged stuff goes on. I hope so.
Cast my vote, it prints out my thing, and then guess what? I go and feed my vote into a goddamn Dominion voting machine. What a slap in the fucking face. And a waste of my day. So, yeah, I did it, guys. Don't fret. You know, so when I'm bitching about something or anything, you can't say, well, you can't bitch because you didn't vote. I did it. Let me find it. See, I did it. I voted. All right, guys, I love you.
Syposa says, here's her TikTok video on Trump saying he'll vote. Thank you.
So just like everyone else that's been following along and following Trump and following his tweets and everything for the last, 5 years, I too found Tuesday night's announcement shocking and confusing for a minute, and I was one of those.
Don't worry, then I was able to cognitively reconfigure my delusions to justify my beliefs.
People that had expectations. I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't for him to announce that he was running for president, and so it
God damn it! Every time I do it, Schifazoa
was a little depressing to me, and I had to rethink everything that I thought. And I was reminded that the day before, not only was he retruthing Q memes and actual Q posts, Q phrases, but he was also going on a rampage.
I'm just imagining Schifazoa continually getting more and more enraged as I don't remember how to pronounce their name. I'm sorry, I really am. I'm not doing it maliciously, and I do remember you because we always have this conversation. My brain just can't get the pronunciation into it, and I'm so sorry. Chromatic Cuttlefish says, it's odd because voting is compulsory here. It's kind of the other way round. You turn 18, you're entered on the election roll, and then it's exciting to turn up for your first election. It's a rite of passage, like getting your driver's license. That's good.
Rampage talking about election fraud and just like he has for the last 2 years at his rallies, like he has not stopped talking about how rigged our system is, how rigged the elections are. So why would he ask us to participate in something that he has been screaming about? Think logically, and that's what I started to do. I started to think logically, like, what is he doing here?
Well, there's your first problem, trying to apply logic to Donald Trump.
There were a lot of interesting things in his speech. There's a lot of people that have done decodes already, like interesting little things, little words, little phrases, and that could change the meaning of what he's saying. And the fact that there were 90 flags is hugely symbolic.
Is it?
Those of us that know, it represents everything has to do with the corporation of the United States being changed. With the Organic Act, every other president after that was not part of the Republic. And so he would technically be the 19th president. And none of that has changed. None of that, the fact that the National Guard has been deployed, the fact that they were still under emergency powers, all these things haven't changed. So in my mind, it seems like he's separating himself. He's running for president. And I think he's asking Anons to just play along. You're not going to have to wait 2 more years to hear the truth. We all know the truth about the Hunter Biden laptop. For that to be mainstream.
It's always the fucking laptop that is not manifested. This magical, legendary laptop.
Media, news. We are not
As Trumpism continues to turn into like a weird cult 1,000 years from now, the Hunter Biden laptop will be the holy grail of their religion.
Have to wait 2 more years. Just in Congress today, they were talking about it like it's out, and we're not going to have to wait 2 more years to find out the truth about the 2020 election and every other election before that was rigged. We are not going to have to wait 2 more years, guys. I think it's. I mean, I don't want to. I stopped date fagging a long time ago because I've been wrong so many times, but we are not going to have to wait 2 more years. I just want people to know that this is a game. This is game theory. This is the art of war. Up here weak when you're strong. Donald Trump is not asking us to participate in another rigged election. He never conceded. Never forget that. So there's a lot more to this than meets the eye, and I just want people to, to not lose faith, to not give up. It's still happening. Everything's still good. Everything's going to be okay.
That's a lot of cope.
Here's my promise to the fucking world. I live in upstate New York. If this state don't turn fucking red and we don't get our constitutional rights fucking fixed over this fucking Hoagland or Min or whatever the fuck her piece of shit name is, and Zeldin and Stefanik don't win, this motherfucker's packing the fuck up and getting the fuck out of New York, because I will not live in this communist state any longer. So either get your asses out and vote red wave, or I'm fucking out of this bitch.
Guess he's out of that bitch.
I just want to fucking tell everybody out there I'm done with politics. I'm done with election fraud. I'm done with all this bullshit, lie, cheat, and steal. You guys want to get down to the nitty gritty and start kicking ass and taking names? Hit me up, because I'm fucking ready for that shit.
What's up, y'all?
Oh my god, it's Michael Myers from the Rob Zombie Halloween 2 remake. Is that too niche of a joke? Probably. Probably makes it worse by bringing attention to it.
I live in Arizona. We ain't gonna find out about our election for another week. I said maybe Wednesday. I live in a development that's probably 150 houses. One Katie Hobbs sign. I work in the valley. All over the valley. Cary Lake as far as you could see. All my customers. I have one customer that I've seen in the last month.
His skin is begging for moisturizer. Like, just via osmosis, I can feel the moisture in my own body trying to get to his face. It's so dry, it's pulling in all the moisture from the universe, trying to equalize desperately.
That has a Katie Hobbs sign in their sign in their yard. They're not 50-50. They're showing basically 50-50. I ask questions while I'm out working. I work in the public. I work for people. I ask questions. I ask about the election, if they're voting. I don't ask them who they're voting for, but a lot of times they're proud to who they're going to be voting for, and they trust me.
Bittergrin with 100 bits says we didn't put up signs for Katie Hobbs because she's kind of shitty. We're not in a cult. I still voted for her.
One Katie Hobbs, I was told. And I didn't ask why. It's their prerogative. I don't care who you vote for. They're not 50-50. They're just not.
Fast Lunacy with 70 bits says when the live-action Red Dead Redemption starts production, this guy is a must-have.
And can't find out about our election for another fucking week. Arizona's not the place. Arizona's not the place to mess around.
Freaking Out 99 says we don't talk about who we're voting for because or we lie because some people are fucking crazy. Also, people tend to be friends with people with similar beliefs as them. Like, I don't really have Republican friends. All my friends are lefty, like me, because I find right-wingers fucking repugnant and would never want to spend time with one. Like, we're all in echo chambers. I'm aware of that. I just think that ours is a bigger echo chamber than theirs.
It's not. I don't know why they keep doing this. We got $1 billion election, frickin' they're giving billions of dollars to run this fucking stupid ass election, and they can't get it right in one day. Florida's 7 million voters, and they find out same night, or 2 million, maybe 2.5. It'll take a week. Don't feed into the bullshit, people.
Ready to fight. The UN has declared fucking war on us. Look here, I'm with all my Marine buddies and my crazy train. Let's stay straight. Let's keep this shit going, man. Keep the truth pouring out. 'Cause they ain't gonna give us a slick of minute. They're going to try to bombard us hard and heavy as they can. Get ready. They already spreading lies and they spreading fear. because they're desperate. Fuck Nancy Pelosi and Joe fucking Biden. Cheers, crazy train.
Kinetic Cuttlefish says, and Trump, full of the Holy Spirit, returned from Mar-a-Lago and was led by the Spirit in the wilderness for 40 days, being tempted by the DeSantis, and he ate nothing during those days, and when they were ended, he was hungry. The DeSantis said to him, if you are the son of Q, command this stone to become hamburger. And Trump answered him, it is written, man shall not live by hamburger alone. Covfefe is also required. The Gospel of St. Marjorie. Jesus Christ.
These folks, I'm fixing to convert a bunch of them liberal basement baby Democrats into a Republican.
Oh my god, it's Dale Gribble.
Now this
I feel like half my jokes in this stream have just been, hey look, this person looks like this other fictional character.
goes out to all you basement baby liberal Democrats that spank your...
I'll have you know I'm in an upstairs, sir. I am in an upstairs.
Monkey. And you want to go green. Do you realize Vaseline's made out of petroleum? If you go green and they do away with Vaseline, what are you going to do, dry hump your hand?
I don't use Vaseline to masturbate. There are other slippery materials. There are water-based lubes. Most lubes are water-based. You could get aloe vera. You could spit on it. I'm just saying there are options. Freaking Out says, you joke about the Trump religion, but there's now a sect of Christians who think that Trump is the Son of Man in the Bible, and the Son of Man is supposed to bring judgment to the sinners or something. I've heard. Sidosaurus says, I did not get the notification. I'm sorry.
So you better get off your ass and vote red, or it ain't never gonna feel the same for you. Got it? Watch this, folks. I'm fixing to convert a bunch of them liberal...
Yep, it's a nice Thursday, a little windy. Keep seeing more and more stuff on the election. As I had said in my past video, the corruption cup runneth over. It is absolutely nuts. People are just losing their minds. The Democrats are out to do one thing.
Jojo
make
the world.
you say
Thanks for
Sieg
following.
Heil. It's just, it makes you sick. But all I can say is you got to keep your faith. You've got to stick family close and be ready. Just get ready. Because I can tell you right now, people can call you whatever they
back,
want. This is
Jojo.
America.
Glad you've been a fan since
You
YouTube.
call me an asshole, call me whatever you want. I don't care. But harder times are coming, and it's going to get ugly. Okay? It's going to get real ugly. In the old days, as I said before, they siphoned gas out of cars back in the 70s and 80s when the gas prices went nuts. Don't mind me looking around. I got chickens free ranging today. And it's just going to happen. You know, it's inevitable. And my father used to say, you can poke a snake so many times before the snake strikes. I guess, you know, the country hasn't had enough yet. You're not going to tell me that with all has gone on, that these people were legitimately voted back in. There ain't no way. I'm sorry. I have to give the country a little bit of benefit of the doubt. There ain't this many stupid people in the country. I could be wrong, but that's just me. But enjoy the day. Every warm day is another day closer to warmer days. We're in November. We have December.
I assume he goes on to explain how linear time works.
My man doing Spanish food.
I think we saw this one.
Morning, everybody. Okay, I'm tired
of all these fucking people saying that land don't vote, that fucking Pittsburgh, you know, Allegheny County, and Philadelphia, fucking whatever county that is, that they make up the majority of the fucking Pennsylvania. Okay. There's 12.9.
Aside. You're cast aside your disappointments because you don't have.
This is an Arizona, like, vote election denial thing that was done recently.
Carrie Lake here.
Which was planned since before the election, by the way. You can't make this shit up.
Or Blake Masters here. Or Wendy Rogers here. You have to fight for your own voice. And if you're not willing to do it, why would you expect anyone else to do it? You're here. That's great. But we need to let people know that we will be here praying with purpose.
That's not a great turnout, is it?
Building right there. That stronghold that has deprived you of your voice. Your board of supervisors.
Freaking Out says, go and ask that farmland who it's voting for, see what it says.
Cast us.
Oh yeah, you guys saw the guy straight up Nazi saluting at the airport?
Guess what? Found him. And this may be a record for the fastest we ever found someone. Of course, because someone who knew him was like, hey.
I don't know if this would be considered doxing, so I'm gonna not play that. Just in case. Gonna be better safe than sorry.
You guys Americans? You guys Americans? Are you guys here to spread sodomy or what? Isn't that what America's #1 export is?
I don't think so.
What is it?
What's the tariffs on sodomy?
Is it
all these taxes? I feel like I'm getting fucked in the ass.
George Floyd culture, or is it sodomy? What do you guys think about your health secretary being a fucking tranny?
Fucking yikes.
Hey guys. What do you guys think about your health secretary being a tranny?
Alright. I think I'm good with that video.
Are you a coward or what? Come on, Karen. Hey, Karen. Say it again. What am I again? Say it again, Karen. Hey, Karen, what are you?
I'll wait for the
Hey, come on. I want you to wait. I want you to wait, Karen.
I will
I
wait
want
for
you to
the
wait,
police.
Karen.
My phone's
I want
going
you to
to
wait.
die.
You've been
Because I
one.
did nothing
You've been
wrong.
one.
He starts saying the N-word at the black soldier. Well, I'm glad I didn't play that then. Holy shit.
Prevent
turkey for Thanksgiving. Number one, you won't get it, and if you
do.
Look, I'm old as fuck, and I remember back in the day, one of the main things that appealed to me about punk rock is that it was all-inclusive. No.
Rude and disrespectful to my coworkers, so.
These people here in Selma think that they're better than everybody else. They would like to not sell $70 bras to people. When I tell them my size, they want to argue with me about it. And now they're telling me to leave the store.
Because you call everybody disrespectful names.
Oh, God. Are we so old woman? Are we You're an old woman.
I have your bras here, ma'am. No. I have it here. Sorry for that.
I watched this documentary last night on Flat Earth. It's pretty crazy stuff. There's this other conspiracy out there about adults giving kids...
we'll probably watch Black White sometime. I know Hassan watched it, but we'll probably cover it.
Kids puberty blockers and changing their sex at a young age. I think like 4.
No one has ever in the history of the world performed any sort of, like, gender reassignment or, like, gender confirmation surgery on a 4-year-old.
Even
just making shit up.
Younger. It's a really crazy one. You should look into it.
Police in New York City gave new details today about...
Oops. Didn't mean to do that.
I'm so sick of people like you, dude. Oh, I am pissed. I got anger in me.
Yeah.
I'm sick of cowards like you messing with people that are doing the word of God, not causing any harm.
Why are you so violent?
Why am I violent?
Yeah.
Why am I violent? Why you put your hand in his bag? Why are you fucking with him?
anger.
Why are you messing with him?
He's the devil.
I'm a devil, right?
He's the devil.
Do you see your
This
eyes?
is your Jesus.
Look at my eyes. Do you see your eyes? I'm the
You're
devil,
fucking
right?
high, man. This is your Jesus right here, friend.
Got all these people on here telling me I'm a conspiracy theorist and go get my tinfoil hat. I'd rather walk around with this tinfoil hat all day than that blindfold y'all are walking around with.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I think they've been extremely unfair
Oh god, Kanye went on Tim Pool?
to you.
Who was they though? We can't say they is,
corporate
can we?
press. I'm not using the. I don't use the word as the way I guess you guys use. I'm talking.
It is
about
them though, isn't it? I mean, because
No.
and because when you think about it, consider it. In 2018.
What do you mean it's not?
What do I mean? Like, okay, so how about? Are you leaving?
Are you referring to the press?
He's gone.
Wait, why did Kanye leave?
I'll say it right now. You guys want to bring that stuff up, and then
Have
think
the
we're not going
discussion.
to have a conversation.
Like have the discussion.
Like you think Ye's going to come?
President Trump, Q, the White Hats, whoever you may be, you better fix this if it's true, because you got about 100 million motherfuckers whooped up into a frenzy, waiting and ready. And I'll tell you what, you think you got problems now, don't come through on all the shit you've been talking about, and you're gonna see a fucking problem.
It looks like the Western conspiracy theorists have chalked up a massive win. I don't want to state it as fact, but it appears we have woken Putin up. I don't think he knew all this shit was going on in America.
Oh my god. Alright, let's do a raid. That's a pretty good segue into Tinfoil Tuesday for tomorrow. Anyone? Is that it? Cool. Let's see what else we're gonna do. Jake, I guess we can raid Jake. That's fine. Alright, any last bits? Gift subs, anyone? Because we're raiding. We're raiding! This was not Tinfoil Tuesday. Skifazoa, whose name I remembered that time. I'll get it in there. I'll get it in my brain. Love you too, Mr. Plast. Alright. Stone Corpel, thanks for gifting us up. I was joking, but thank you. Alright, let's do the raid. We'll be back. Oh, shit! Vast Lunacy gifts 50 tier 1 subs. Thank you, Vast Lunacy. You're fucking awesome. Gnome Pickles says, hey, I hope you and everyone else had a lovely Thanksgiving, because you're all amazing. I had a great Thanksgiving. I hope you and everyone else did, too. Alright, seriously, have a good night. Tell Jake I said hi. I'll see you guys tomorrow for Tinfoil Tuesday. See you guys later, and thanks again, Vast Lunacy. Adios.